Hello. Welcome to Drinkshares Last Call, your fun drinking writer friends on the internet. Today's episode is the Force Awakens Spoilercast. Almost forgot the name. I'm here with our fine co-host, Christine Brennicky.
Hello.
Becky Rebecca Lieber.
Ahoy, hoy. I think it's the other way around. No, I like it better that way.
And Kira Weston.
Hi.
Brenda will be joining us shortly.
You could say the AC, though. Oh,
AC.
shoot, I don't have my thing on.
Brenda AC Weston.
Wait.
Kira, it's one of those days. So, Kira AC Weston.
I don't know why we do this on Mondays.
This is what happens when you're live.
Mondays are the worst. Why do we film on Mondays again?
It was the only day that worked for everybody.
Oh, that's right.
So, I'm going to hit you guys with a mystery question. Are you ready?
Oh, I hope so.
The mystery question for this week is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Go, Becky!
Oh, hopefully I will be transitioning, if not already transitioning out of teaching and focusing more on a writing career. In real life, I will probably be unemployed.
In a dumpster.
Just be positive. And that dumpster will be on fire. I will be living in a dumpster fire.
All right.
You'll be living in a super cool, like, artists, like, conclave, where you just get to art.
Oh.
Yeah. Conclave.
Yeah.
Okay, Christine, where are you at in 5 years?
In 5 years, let's see. I'll have 2 books out by then.
Yeah, you will.
And maybe I'll be moving again. See, we're going to try to sell our house this summer. And we're going to do an apartment after this. And then maybe in 5 years' time, we'll be in, like, some other type of house situation. I don't know. We shall see.
All right, Kara, what's going on? Where are you going to be in 5 years?
Well, see, I don't know about you guys, but I am in indentured servitude to the U.S. government because of my student loans. So if you do 10 years of public service, then you get the rest of your loans forgiven because you have to make payments, and then you make 10 years of payments. If you did 10 years of service, they forgive whatever you have left. So I'm doing that, which means I have 6 more years to go, and then I will be free of my servitude. And so I will be 1 year away from being able to quit my job, and Alex will get a job. It's his turn to get a job. And then I will get to just stay home, and I'll write, and maybe clean occasionally, but probably not. And, do stuff with the children, and it'll be wonderful.
I didn't realize Alex was a stay-at-home dad. That's awesome.
He is.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm.
Good fact.
He also works at a historic site on the evenings.
Oh, okay.
Weekends.
Cool, and he kind of does, like, freelance stuff, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he does freelance videography.
I thought so.
Yeah.
In the background, Brenda is setting out all of her various concoctions.
Oh,
Get ready for the show.
Oh, wait, that's in the next segment. I'm just very proud of what I think. So I could
Come over here and say hi, Miro, but then you gotta go, okay? You can come over here and say hi to the. You want to say hi to the people? Okay. All right. See you later, buddy.
He's like, nope.
Nah. Now that I got my opportunity, I don't want to be in that. So, what are you guys drinking today? What are you guys reading?
You want to go in the same order you introduced us?
I sure would.
For our question? Okay. So, I made a Tatooine Sunrise.
That is a beautiful drink.
I'm personally very fond, I'm holding it backwards, of the 2 orange slices. I thought it was very clever for that. So it is 3/4 of a shot of tequila, because I do want to get up tomorrow, a half shot of cherry liqueur, 2 shots, I believe, of sweet and sour, and I topped it off with orange juice, not that you can tell because I'm halfway done with it, and then I garnished it with 2 delightful orange slices, one bigger than the other,
Excellent.
Beautiful.
And then I am reading, I'm trying to remember which installment of Jim Butcher's Harry Dresden I am on. I think it is Proven Guilty because I finally just found that at the library. So I'm having a hard time getting through that collection because I don't want to pay full price for the books that it just came out. So I'm just finding cheap ways to read it, mostly by borrowing.
Makes sense. Christine.
All right.
What you
I
got?
am drinking Bantha milk, which is blue curacao, some flavored vodka, and coconut milk. And
That just looks so gross. It grosses me out.
Yet it tastes pretty good.
I'm sure it's delicious. It looks super gross.
I'm gonna have another drink later on too. So
It makes me think of
really
Liam,
likes this.
whatever his thing is that he says, the bourbon milk punch, like
Yeah.
bourbon
Oh.
and milk.
Oh yeah. I'd try it. The Kahlua and milk is good.
That's because it's Kahlua, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Kara, what do you got?
Oh, okay. Well, I did not use the
Wait.
recipe. I just
What
made
is
this up.
what is Christine reading?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What are you reading?
you can skip that.
All right. Kara, what are you drinking?
I didn't follow a recipe. I just made this up tonight.
Pretty.
And I decided to call it a Kessel Run
Nice.
because it has 12 parsecs of alcohol in it. And a strawberry.
Yeah. What are you reading?
I am in between books right now, but I just finished Ageless by
Nice.
Paul Inman.
Good.
Available on Inkshares now.
Yeah. And it's,
For all of those of you who enjoy thrillers with lots of torture scenes.
Oh.
There are a lot of torture. There's a
Nazi
lot of
torture. I am.
But I mean, I'm sure that's like a convention of the thriller genre, and people who like thrillers will love it.
If you like a little bit of the old ultra violence. GF is in the chat, and he says you should order it from Amazon because that's important to the rankings.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
So if you want to get Ageless, you got to get. I recommend you get it off Amazon. My drink is so I'm pouring one out for all our OG EU people that didn't make it into the new universe. So this is a Mara Jade inspired drink.
Oh.
I'll lift up here. This is not really all that inventive. It is a whole bunch of Kraken, which is black spice
Nice.
rum,
As
and
it should be.
and the rest of it is ginger beer. I made these choices because Mara Jade is a lot like Brenda. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty. She'll put her man in place when he's being an idiot. And the part for Mara Jade is I put ginger beer in it because Mara's a ginger. So
Ah.
got it all working out.
That's great. That's perfect.
What I'm reading is I got like a big old backlog of books, but I am trying to commit to finishing Asteroid Made of Dragons this week because I really like G. Derek and I really want to finish reading his book because I want to talk to him about it.
Yeah, and you need to talk to me about it too, because
Yeah.
I have things to say. I have a lot of things.
Mm.
Most of them are really good.
Did you guys say that's the third in a series, or am I making that up?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Which means now is a great time to buy because you can just buy all three of them, and then you get tons of storytelling hours of fun.
Yes, and I don't think they are anymore, but at one point they were free on Amazon.
They were, yeah. They might be at like 99 cents or something. It is Spell Sword
Mm-hmm.
and
Box.
the Riddle Box.
Yes, and Spell Sword is available on that thing Audible. You can listen to an audiobook version of Spell Sword if reading is
Ooh.
not your thing, or you are illiterate,
Mhm.
or if you just like movies.
And if you are either of those things, what are you doing here?
We're good for more than just reading. We're going to talk about a whole mess of Star Wars in just a second.
There might be some Star Wars fans here who are like, forget the books, talk about the movie.
Let's talk about movies. Let's talk about these movies. So that lays a perfect segue into talking about our topic for the day, which is The Force Awakens, the latest in the Star Wars movie franchise that has been both good and bad, and sometimes in between. Let's start out with an airing of grievances. Anybody have anything that's hot on their mind that they really want to lay down?
That's how you want to start?
I was going to say, you realize I will be the only one talking if we do this.
No. I've got
Not
things.
necessarily.
Listen, there's a lot to like about The Force Awakens, but there's
a
also,
lot to criticize.
I just didn't really find it.
There's stuff happening there. So anybody want to start off? Who wants to take the first swing?
I think Becky is the most passionate with her views here.
Okay, I'm going to say
Wait,
that I don't like...
I got an idea. Wait, hold on. I had something before we jump in. What's everybody's background on Star Wars? Where are you guys coming from? Because everybody, they'll help the listeners with kind of get some perspective, right? So Becky, let's start with you.
Okay. Forewarning, I expect lots of backlash from this, so I will take it in stride. I have thick skin. I am not really a Star Wars fan. I appreciate it for what it has done for pop culture. I appreciate it as a story, not necessarily a good one, but a story that is entertaining and that people have found certain elements appealing to aspects of their life, which we all have. I found that in Doctor Who. I found that in Star Trek. I found that in a myriad of things. So I'm not saying that if you like Star Wars, you're stupid, or I don't like you. It's I didn't personally connect with this series, okay, for whatever reason. That being said, without getting into any of the reasons why personally I am not a Star Wars fan, my biggest beef after watching the movie, which I just did today. Now I've seen all the Star Wars movies except for like the shows that are on like Cartoon Network and things like that, like the Clone Wars cartoon.
Good. I watched a lot of Clone Wars with Miro, and that's like that one and the new one that's out, Rebels, is pretty damn good.
Yeah. See, I'm not really familiar with those. And I've never played the video games, so I don't know any of the side stories. I do know about the stories that took place after the movies, but before like the new movies came out, like the ones that were written by what's-his-face. Help me out.
Timothy Zahn.
Yeah, Timothy Zahn. I know about the storylines because my boyfriend in high school read them all the time. So basically he explained the storylines to me. The one thing I was kind of looking forward to with the Star Wars, like 7, 8, 9, where I was really looking forward to Mara Jade. But she is not in them.
Wait, not that we know.
Yet. I said yet.
Some would say that Luke at the end is looking at a grave.
Okay.
And we don't know. We don't know. They could slip that in there. There could be some stuff happening there, but...
I hope that they bring that in, because that was the one thing I was kind of looking forward to, since I'm not really a Star Wars fan. But after watching the movie today, my biggest gripe is I do not buy Kylo Ren as a bad guy.
Wait. Let's finish our backgrounds up before we get into the gripes.
Before the real blades come out. All right, Christine. Lay it on me. What do you got?
I'm a Star Wars fan in the same way that the general population is a Star Wars fan. Not a super geek about it, but I do remember playing Star Wars like on the playground when I was a kid, as probably many people did. So I've seen all the movies, own all the movies. I haven't read any of the books or any of that like next level stuff, but I like it.
Kara, where you at?
Well, I grew up watching Star Wars a lot, and I love Star Wars. I prefer to pretend that the prequels don't exist. I just didn't, because they are not, I don't like the prequels at all, but 4, 5, and 6 are very important to me. Princess Leia meant a lot to me, even as I became more and more aware of how she kind of gets shafted. But overall, Star Wars I'm a big fan.
For me, I was. I remember as a young kid, my uncle was really into Star Wars, and he was always trying to get us to watch Star Wars. And he's like, "You gotta watch this thing. It's amazing. You gotta watch this thing." And as a kid, I was like, "What is this? This is not for me." And because old OG Star Wars is not exactly, I mean, it's rad, but like those like the prequels are like designed for kids, like straight up, like kids are want this, So I didn't really hook into it until like the remasters came out in theater. That's kind of when I started picking up. I got a little bit older, and I was like, yeah, this is some stuff. I watched all the prequels in theater. Did not enjoy them like everybody else. Which, as having a kid, I think I've come around on that a little bit. I know why to like the prequels now, despite that everybody says that they're roughly garbage. But if we have time, I'll get into where I think there's value in it. And then I read some of the EU books, and until they scrapped them all, and then I kind of lost interest in diving into those because now they're legends, and it was like, well, I don't know how much I want to invest in this, unless somebody says like, oh, this particular story is really good. But those first ones, that's Heir of the Empire, it's real good. You should still read that if you're the Thrawn trilogy if you have not yet, even though it's not real anymore. Maybe they'll take elements from that. And that's where I come from. So, Becky, lay it on me. Kylo Ren, how you feeling?
Okay. I think I was falling back on my writer roots here, and whenever I watch movies that have these big epic battles between good and evil now, I always kind of gauge how well defined both the good guy and the bad guy are now. Just because I'm so used to trying to make sure that when I'm writing a good guy, there are faults, and when I'm writing a bad guy, there are sympathetic things that make you want to kind of like them against your better judgment. Because the key to a good, solid villain is having a sympathetic appeal. Whether that's showing a vulnerability or showing a backstory that you understand why this person has developed into the cruel monster they are today. Like, whatever mechanism you use, you have to do that. And by not doing that in the first movie, I did not feel bad for him at all. Thus, I did not care about him at all. And I know that Christine was joking about this in Slack today and called him Emo Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that's a Twitter handle.
And that's like everybody calls him Emo Kylo Ren.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, not a Star Wars person, so I don't know all the catchphrases and stuff. But
Becky,
yes,
you're not alone. So I really didn't like Kylo Ren either. My husband, who's a super Star Wars nerd, hated him. Absolutely hated him. Loved everything else. So I know you're expecting a big argument, but you're not going to get one from me.
Well, I don't think the argument's going to come with the fact that you guys don't support the Kylo Ren thing, but I had a really hard time finding any of the characters that I was just like, oh yeah, I totally understand your play. Like, even though I was wanting to fall in love with Rey, she was really flat to me. Finn seemed really one-dimensional to me because all he wanted to do, after meeting Rey, all he wanted to do was save her, which, sexism aside, that was really frustrating for me. But then again, I was trying to justify, well, okay, he's been a stormtrooper his entire life, he's been kept away from affection and any kind of human contact beyond his troops, so maybe that's why she was the first person nice to him, so he attaches himself to her. I don't know. But Finn had moments where I was like, okay, I really want to like you. You make jokes and you show different parts of your personality, but then I didn't understand why he was the one stormtrooper that broke away. Same with Kylo Ren. It's too in medias res. You're not giving any hint of a backstory for me to understand at all why these characters are making the decisions they make.
There's
and that's really
on his helmet and stuff. He was like, oh, blood! Blood! Okay. I've got to get out of here!
And maybe I missed something, because he said that was his first mission, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and before that he worked in sanitation?
Yep.
Okay, they're just going through so many stormtroopers, they're just like, that guy. Put that guy in.
You realize this, but they go through a lot of stormtroopers.
So, just stuff like that. I notice crap like that, and it really fucking frustrates me, because I can't get past it. It totally pulls me out of the illusion. Like, I can suspend belief, but when it doesn't make sense to me, I get pulled out of it. And I can't refocus.
Good.
Just fine.
I
I
know,
kind of
see-
feel like I'm listening to my friend who I pitched my book to, and she was just like, no, I'm not going to read anything that's not, that's science fiction. I don't read any fiction that's anywhere beyond what's naturally possible. She doesn't read anything, so she's just like, no, I'm not going to read your book. I feel like you're just sort of not going to like Star Wars, and you're just not going to. I mean, you're not there for it, so you're not, so you're just not going to, it's not for you.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't click with me. Because it should. Everything lines up and check the boxes. I should like this, but something just does not resonate with me. And maybe it's because when I was a kid, when I was watching it, there was no character that I sunk into. Like Leia probably should have been the one because I was a girl, and that should have been my role model. And she did a lot of cool stuff, but she was always a side character, even though she was Luke's sister. So that which is probably what just burned me off Star Wars. But I did like, the one character I did kind of like was Poe Dameron. I don't know why.
Loves Poe.
I really liked him. And then again, the thing with, he's dead, he's in the quicksand. Oh no, wait, suddenly he's not. Why?
Brenda was mad. Brenda was mad for most of the movie because she thought Poe died.
I mean, do you watch Game of Thrones? You
No,
never
I
know
don't.
if someone's really dead unless you see them die, for sure.
But does it at least explain how they didn't die? They don't just give the quick, oh, you didn't realize that I got ejected out of the ship a mile away and I couldn't find you? Oh, that's my jacket.
They got ejected a good distance away. Why would that not be in the realm of possibilities?
I'm not saying it's not the realm
Don't
of
make
possibilities.
assumptions.
I'm not saying it's not the realm of possibilities. I'm just saying it's shitty storytelling. That's what I'm saying.
Good. All right.
Becky doesn't like Star Wars.
I want to like it. It makes me not like it. It works so hard to make me not like it.
I think that we're going to have to stick with Becky doesn't like Star Wars because the problems that you're having with it, I don't know how I can solve them for you. Besides just saying I disagree, and that is not going to change your mind. So
I think Becky
I don't know what to say.
may like Rogue One, depending on how it comes out, because it seems like it's more of a potentially kind of, I would think, mature title. I was having a discussion with Brenda when we were watching it, and I was like, is Star Wars YA?
It's a little YA.
When I was sitting, talking to Brenda, 'cause she's like, Brenda, she's like, these storylines, everybody should be kissing right now.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's so the themes are so simple. I shouldn't say that in a bad way, but they're just so very YA.
And yet you do.
It's a movie. It's a movie. That's a mass appeal movie. And it got a whole crap ton of people out there that never would have watched sci-fi or sci-fantasy.
This
Excited about it.
Yes, Star Wars for sure.
Oh yeah.
This is the most. I think this is might be the most fantasy of all the Star Wars movies so far. Just because of there's so many
I don't know. I mean, plot-wise, it was
they're all
pretty similar to A New Hope.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. I kept seeing
There's a lot
I
of
kept seeing so many correlations between A New
But I
Hope.
think that was on purpose. I don't think that's accident.
I think a lot of the reasons. So after I watched the movie, I recapped and I watched the movie last night, which you guys who are watching the show can totally watch. Hashtag TFA Drinkshares, and you can catch up on all of us running our mouth.
Yeah, Joe and I both rewatched it last night.
Brenda had many thoughts about the thing, and one of the things was I watched after it was done. There was a documentary after the video, and one of the things that they said was we needed to understand the flow of a Star Wars film. We needed to understand the beats of a Star Wars film so that we could expand off of it. So to me, I was taking that as they needed to. This one had to be like A New Hope because they were learning as a new group of creatives. They were learning what makes a Star Wars film, and now that they've kind of gone through that and they understand how the beats work and how this sort of thing works, now they can kind of branch off of that and kind of do their own thing. But I feel like this movie was them kind of asserting themselves and saying, okay, we know how to get the beats right, and you can trust us with this thing, because we've been kind of, I mean, like a lot of that stuff is kind of hit or miss, a lot of old school Star Wars fans were kind of, I think, a bit put off by the prequels. I know Miro loves them.
I think a lot of people were really worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Episode 7 was going to be like the prequels. A lot of people were worried.
I mean, it was a lot of worry once Disney was announced.
Right.
But then, like, after people thought, they were like, well, can it really get any worse?
And that actually goes into I'm gonna do a little taste of my beef. Is hey, my name's C-3PO, and I've got this red arm. Don't you want to buy this? Hold on, let me go like this so you can see. Don't you want to buy this comic book that tells you about my red arm? Because it's only in this one scene, and then by the end, it's gone. Come on, that's bullshit. Like, don't you want to know what my red arm is? Buy the new comic book series. Like,
no one cares, C-3PO.
Was that not subtle enough for you?
It was pretty on the nose that, like, here's this weird thing that I could have completely omitted from it, but I need to sell these comic books, so you should get them. Brenda comes into the scene to drop her Star Wars. So the section we're in right now is we're talking about, before we get into the stuff we like.
We decided to start with the negative stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I want my 3 hours back.
Let's get... So Brenda, what do you...
Wait, how about we go back and forth?
I need a different group of people to do one of these with. I think I need to do one of these with fans.
I want to talk about how freaking excited I was the second the music started.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's
I was so excited to read.
That score is amazing.
So, Brenda, what's your okay, what are you drinking?
Rum.
Why don't you lift it up so people can see that you're double fisting right now?
See, okay, so I'm drinking rum, and then I'm drinking Mad Dog 2020 because I have no connection to Star Wars. I have no childhood connection. I just don't care about any of it. But so only thing I remember from childhood is Mad Dog 2020. I got 2 bottles.
Yeah, lift it up so the camera can see it.
Here's my childhood.
Is that your childhood?
Making out with boys to watch Star Wars.
That's Brenda's Star Wars.
As a child?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
I was there.
Age 6.
So that was Brenda's Star Wars experience.
Yeah.
And for people listening, I swear we're going to get into stuff that we really liked, but we just figured I figured we cut it to the beef real quick.
So I didn't understand it. Okay. So I never really fully understood what the word fan fiction means. So I think I was.
Have you started reading fan fiction?
No, but isn't the Star Wars thing a fan fiction?
Well, yeah, I mean,
No, it's an extension of the universe, isn't it?
It's not a fan fiction. It's not a fan fiction because it's like a real movie. Like fan fiction is stuff that other people write.
I'd still count it as fan fiction. It's highly financed.
Fan service.
I never even thought about that.
I think it's fan service because it's giving Star Wars people, I think, what they want. That was their goal.
I don't want this.
And,
I think it was really.
Wait, are you a Star Wars person?
Fan, so it doesn't
Am
matter.
I a Star Wars person?
You're
Well,
not a Star Wars fan.
I paid, so I guess I am.
She's technically a Star Wars.
I am.
Is that how it works?
They want to market to me, right?
Do they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I don't know. I respect the writer because it's amazing. There's no way in hell I could write a book like this or direct a movie. The man's obviously talented. No one's banging at my door to make a movie because I would fuck that up. But I feel like it was. I just feel like it's already been done. Okay, so this guy, Ren, whatever that guy's name. What's his name? Ren?
Kylo Ren. That's the bad guy.
Okay, so his father is Han Solo. Oh, but that's already happened before. There's already been a father thing before. And it just keeps on. It's the same thing, just with older characters now, but different. I know they had to introduce. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was good, but it was. I don't know. I feel stressed. I feel stressed. But I was really happy there's a female character. That's all I got. I'm sorry, guys.
That's fine.
everybody.
I want to get to the good stuff. Some positivity going on.
We could talk about music or something.
Well, okay, I want to hear. I want Kara to take the floor for a second, and she's really upset with all of us right now. I can tell because we
Kara go.
No, we're bashing on something you love, and I understand that, and we don't mean to bash on something you love.
We just have differing opinions, and that's fine. But it's
so explain to us why
I'm finding this productive.
What resonates with you with Star Wars? Like, what is it about that just reaches you at some inner level, and you're like, that's my thing? Because I can explain why Doctor Who or Star Trek does that for me. So I assume that there's some inner part of you that is like really attached to a character or a theme or something within the storyline.
I think I already said it. I mean, I grew up watching it dozens upon dozens of times. It's an integral part of my childhood.
So it's a nostalgia thing, not so much a fan thing.
I think nostalgia is a big part of being a fan. It's a legitimate part of being a fan.
Yeah, sure.
And I am a fan of this movie on its own. I might like Force Awakens better than any of the other movies. Actually, I think I do. I think I do like The Force Awakens better than any of the other Star Wars movies.
Than any of them?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's my favorite.
I think Empire is still my favorite. Just because I kind of like where it goes. I like kind of like the ups and downs of Empire.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is really good. I just really like Rey. She really means a lot to me. She's like what I wish that Leia would have been when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And now there's a movie that I can show my girls, and I have my two little girls sitting there, and they're watching Rey, and they're like, their eyes light up, and they're like, look what she can do. And they're so excited, and it's just magical to watch them have this hero, and they want to get like sticks, and we have lightsaber fights all the time.
That's awesome. I like
that. My little girls fighting each other with their lightsabers, and of course Tally had to dress up. The night that we showed them Force Awakens, Tally had to dress up, and so we got some claws and put a belt around her and made a little Rey outfit, and she was jumping all around. And it just means a lot to a kid to have a character who is not sexualized at all in any second of the movie. Like, nothing is about how sexy Rey is or isn't, or whether anybody's like sexually threatening her. There's none of that there. I love that. And she does so much to drive the story. She really is the center of the story, along with Finn, who I also absolutely adore. And they're pretty simple. I mean, the stuff that's happening is simple, but that doesn't mean it's not meaningful to me, personally.
I think if this movie had been the very first Star Wars, A New Hope, I would have a completely different view of it. I honestly think I would be more of a Star Wars fan if I had started with this, because you're right. When I was
started with the prequels, right?
No, the first ones I ever saw were the originals.
Oh.
Like, the ones that the prequels came out when I was in high school.
Yeah, I thought you had said that at some point.
The original, or not the original, I'm sorry, the last one with Anakin becoming Vader came out, God, I think I was in my 20s, because I remember we went and saw it at a theater.
You're in your 20s?
I think so. Maybe I was early 20s.
What year was that?
I don't know. I feel like it was pretty late.
Huh.
Because I'm going to be 30 this year, so.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyway, I saw the originals way back in the day, and then as I was in high school, they were coming out.
Yeah, I was in the junior year of high school when the episode 1 came out, I think. I thought that, I know that we started out with a lot of bashing, but actually I thought The Force Awakens was really good as far as a Star Wars movie goes.
I think it's good. It just has already been done.
Yeah,
I feel unsatisfied
for me because it was like A New Hope redone so that a character that I'm super interested in gets to be the main character instead of just like, oh, Leia, she's a twin. She's also Force sensitive. Does she ever get to use a lightsaber? No, of course not. Why would she? She's the girl. She's the side character. In this movie, she's the main character. And at the end, she like gets that lightsaber, it goes in her hand, and it's like,
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good part.
so good.
I like it.
Love it
So-
so much.
When I saw it in the theater, Miro had to pee during that scene, so I only saw the beginning and the end of it. So,
Oh, that's so sad.
so seeing that scene where like they're just fighting and like kicking so much butt, that is a good scene. That is a really good scene. Despite the fact that there's snow on a planet that's connected to the sun and like
No,
up with that
Run
thing?
into it.
No, Alex and I were talking about this last night, and okay, all of the sun is going into whatever, like, heat-contained place.
Yeah.
It's not heating the planet, it's just sucking up the power of the sun shining down on the planet, which means it's getting colder and colder and colder
It's magic.
every second.
Like,
Don't
okay,
explain it. It's magic.
There's,
No, like,
and
listen,
plus, that's the dumb part, and you shouldn't expect
This
it
is-
to make sense.
and I'm
They're
gonna-
sucking
I'm
up a
totally-
sun, for heaven's sakes.
there's a lot to like about the Force Awakens, and I'm totally cool with like Starkiller Base does not make any same sense, and I'm
It
totally
doesn't
cool.
make any sense.
I'm totally cool.
It's really dumb.
As a fan, I'm totally cool at being like, well, this is just dumb, whatever.
It's just dumb.
Like, I need to just grieve. I need to air my grievance for a second. But just listen, man, that thing is sucking the sun. What kind of weapon? It's clearly a planet. Does it fly around? What happens when the sun runs out? Where is there ice there? There's no radiant heat off of the sun that you're pulling into the planet? What's
Don't
happening?
think. Just eat your popcorn. Don't think.
But
See,
I
like,
will
okay,
continue.
what was the logic? Because
that's what I mean.
once
That's why
the
we're
sun
on
is
this.
gone,
I know.
once the sun is gone, it's gonna be what, minutes before everyone on the planet dies? So was this part of it?
Yeah,
Like-
that's a good point. Like,
I don't belong here.
was
You
this,
need a sun.
was
You need a
this,
sun for a planet to survive.
yeah, who's giving these guys money? Who's like,
They're just taking it.
so look, all right, they're just like,
Probably the Koch brothers.
Motherfuckers.
the Death Star.
It's true.
The Death Star was big and expensive. Like, that is a big ass expensive giant thing. And then they like show like the schematic where the planet is like, 10 times bigger than the Death Star. Like, who is paying for this shit? That is a big ass.
I don't know.
Gun is the size of the Death Star.
See, I don't know. I would have benefited from
Where they
more.
cover all this, the finances of.
Finances.
Yeah.
I hope.
Do they ever make any? I'm trying to remember, like the bar
There's a book.
scenes. Do they exchange money?
Yeah, they have like credits, galactic credits.
There's a book. Alex has read it. I haven't read it. That covers like the whole plot of The Force Awakens in more detail. And I think they talk about like what Leia was doing beforehand with their
Yeah, what the hell was she
spying
doing?
and
She's a
stuff.
princess.
That's all I got.
not watching.
No, she's a
I know
general.
who it is.
Oh, are you talking about The Force
Yeah,
Awakens
general.
with you? I thought you meant originally.
They fucked
Oh
him.
yeah, originally.
He's good looking.
I mean, like as part of resisting the First Order. I don't know. Not a lot of the plot of it makes sense, and I'm okay with that. I don't really care. You know why? Because I super care about the characters. That's why. And I would say that I and I don't know a few billion people disagree with Becky on whether or not these characters are relatable or make you care about them. Because
They're just
I
not relatable
totally,
to me.
immediately cared so much about all these characters. Like Finn, he's great. I can totally like you. He was. I love Finn. I love Finn a lot. I love Finn. I love
I
Rey.
think a lot of it,
Don't
maybe
love
they would be
Finn,
more relatable if they had more time. Like if you were reading the book version and they spent chapters like going over some backstory and their thoughts.
Yes, there's that
for that in the movie.
exists.
Maybe
But
they're
see, I
planning
thought
on
it was-
doing that in later movies. I don't know, but it did not work for me in the way that they did that.
I thought it was really solid economical storytelling, and a lot of it revolved around
Yeah.
the acting.
Yeah, and a
Because
lot of it's implied. Yeah, and the acting's huge.
the strength in Star Wars movies is never the script. Never the script. That's never the strongest part. You just have to accept that. Like, the writing is not necessarily great, but Daisy Ridley is amazing, and John Boyega is amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody absolutely loves Oscar Isaac. There's no-
Poe is totally kissable.
So they do
Every
a
time
lot
you
with
piss
very
me off.
little.
Not yet.
I was just saying,
Is what
the
happened
acting
with
was
the
better.
prequels. The same thing happened with the prequels. I'm not done talking. The same thing happened with the prequels with the script not being great, but they got good actors. The weakest of which I thought was Mark Hamill originally, but I'm kind of coming around on that one because I'm starting to realize that
he's
he did
great,
more than I
yeah.
thought he did
Yeah.
in those movies. I just didn't care about him because he was not the one that I related to.
He's a boy wonder, like
I
so many
cared about
other
Leia
main
so much.
characters.
See, I think
and then of course Han Solo.
I think what they should have done at the end of The Force Awakens when Rey and Luke are standing on that like little mountain island thing and she's just like handing him the thing. I wanted him to do something so badass, like flip his hood up and just turn around and her to be like, oh, and then like whip a hand up and the thing just goes sink, like just into his hand and be like, it's fucking on. I was like, but no, they just stared at each other and then like a helicopter spun around the island and then I was just like,
You should have said something passive aggressive.
He should have.
Time to get to work, Grandpa.
He should have.
Wrap it up.
He should have just turned around and looked at her and said, "I know."
I think they wanted to leave everybody like
Then
split.
Hanging. You're supposed to be totally hanging. Yeah. That's hanging.
Yeah.
You know, apparently it says in the script, or somewhere I read this, I think it's in the script, that that Luke recognizes Rey immediately. So, like, he knows who she is. She's someone significant
Yeah.
from past. I don't think she's his daughter, though. I think she's Obi-Wan.
Everybody's having sex
I like
with
that
everybody
theory.
in this show. There is
But you never see it. You never get to
Wrap
see any
it up.
interaction between the characters.
And they
So-
never show it.
Hopefully they will.
Well,
Hopefully
yeah,
they
there's no
pay
sex.
off.
Sorry, Becky.
It doesn't have to be sex. It just
Hopefully
they're
they,
just they're so flat.
I can't.
They don't
I
do
can't
anything
believe
but fight and argue.
I can't believe it didn't mean anything to you when Rey got herself free and was.
I froze up.
I think we lost Kara.
yeah,
Finds out Finn. Can't hear me.
There she is.
yeah, we're losing you.
Am I here?
We're here. You're here now.
Were you losing me?
We lost you. Yeah.
I can hear you now.
When
Am I
Rey,
back? Am
Yeah.
I back?
Yes, you're back.
yeah, you had like the most dramatic pause.
Oh, I did?
Okay. Well, what I was saying. Can I say what I was gonna say?
Yes, it.
That I can't believe it didn't grip you in your heart when Rey escaped all by herself, but she came upon Finn, who came back for her, and her whole life was revolving around waiting for somebody to come back for her that was never going to come back, and then he came back for her, and it meant so much to her, and the look on her face, and then they hug. It just means a lot to me, okay? It's
That's
so
awesome, Kara, and I'm so happy you have that. But what I couldn't get past was the fact that they had to kidnap her in the first place. The
Well, that
first
is
female to actually
okay,
do some shit in
and here-
Star Wars, and they kidnap her like they did Leia.
Yeah, well, you try to be kidnapped if somebody wants to kidnap you, okay?
Oh, I'm
Like-
sorry. So what you're saying is if you live in a galaxy far, far away and you
But
have a
that was-
vagina, you should basically have GPS
What
on
I'm
you
saying is,
because you're going to get
what
kidnapped.
I'm saying is that
Hold on.
you don't have to be
I wanna say a
utterly
thing.
invulnerable to any attack in order to be a good female character. You don't have to be completely
Kara,
I
invulnerable
ripped
to
the Vaseline on my face and we're all gonna fight.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Let me say this. That was like
Oh,
the
there's a man
final
here
in
to
a
take care of us.
series of
No, I
blunders
didn't say that.
that Kylo Ren made. Like everything he tried to do, he effed up on, including that. Like, look at it from that angle.
Okay, so did you guys all hear when I was shouting?
Yeah.
That you don't have to be completely invulnerable to all attacks in order to be a good, solid female character. It's not misogynist to have women attacked in movies, just period. Like,
No.
Then
I'm not saying
we
he
never-
attacks. If he attacks, that's fine, and she can hold her own in a fight. That's fine too. But what does he do? Oh, basically he just
you're saying
wipes
the
fall
bad guy
asleep.
did a bad thing. He's bad. That's
He
his MO.
thought his job was done. He thought he could get the information from her.
I gotta take that.
See, like,
That was his
the
F up.
whole of Kylo Ren's character is, how I see it, it's a critique of, emo, whiny boy men who think they're the center of the Star Wars universe and just very much aren't anymore. They just aren't. They're weak and whiny, and they do rage fights, and all of Kylo Ren
Lots of
slashing with his lightsaber is dudes on the internet writing comments.
Well, he did have shitty parents.
He is
Yeah,
the villain for today. He is our villain for today. You know him well.
That's a good way of thinking about it. He is like
He has
everyone.
weak thoughts, and he is easy to destroy.
I want to date him more.
Okay? And he's totally owned by a woman who knows herself and her strength. And that is exactly how it should be.
Brenda
wants to break him.
Brenda was really crushing.
Brenda wants to eat him alive. Kylo Hot Topic Ren.
I had a question I wanted to ask everybody. Who?
Tony says Kylo Hot Topic Ren.
I saw that.
Who?
I love it. I can't help it.
The emo Kylo Ren Twitter account is gold, by the way.
I'll drive the Hot Topic.
It's so good.
Who is the most kissable in Star Wars?
We already
From
decided
this
it was
movie?
Poe.
Did we do
Did
this?
we do this one?
I don't know.
Miss it?
No, I'd say Ray.
You say Ray?
Most kissable.
Yeah.
She's so sweet. Maybe we should do more like an FMK or something. Or like, I don't know, like Mary,
I would just throw
throw
it
out a window.
Who in the Star Wars universe would you kiss? It doesn't have to be one.
Okay, good.
In the whole Star Wars.
Young Han.
I'm
Young
doing-
Han.
Poe for sure. Poe is kissable.
He's
I want to kiss
like,
him.
I don't want
I
to
wanna
kiss
kiss
him. I
him
want to
hard.
bite his lower lip.
Oh.
Ooh, I'll vote for
We're
that.
not do terrible things to
I
him.
want to fall in love with him. He's a weekend dude. He's a weekend warrior. Like that's, you know.
Yeah, I'm not like.
So
asking
are we
that. I'm not
talking
asking
about
on a
who do we
date.
want to make out with, or who do you want to like
It's
kind
whatever-
of get to
it's
know
whatever-
for like 6 months?
Well, it's
and then,
whatever.
like,
You could
know,
contextualize it like.
Well, that's what I need. So give me.
Who do you
give
want
me
to
this-
get to
You
know
you
for 6
contextualize it.
Well,
So date? How about date?
who would I like to date?
Date? Make out with? Or kill?
Okay.
Kill?
No killing?
Are we?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
from a pool
You know,
of
it's a
movie or just
game.
any
I think
character?
the guy with the
game.
red hair was a pouty bitch.
Which one is the?
The guy, I don't know. The guy with the red hair.
Hux.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want-
Like not
I
even-
want-
love
Donald-
Creed
Oh, you
Britton.
mean the Weasley? Did anyone
Oh,
else notice
my
that was
God.
Brendan Gleeson's son who played
Yeah.
one of the Weasley boys?
Mhm.
Also, he was in Ex Machina with Oscar Isaac,
Yeah.
which is also a pretty darn good movie.
He's not as kissable in that one.
Who would you kiss, Joe? Come
No.
on.
You-
He's,
you
well,
are-
actually, no. Are you kidding me?
You want to
We
date
roll
Paul?
Hux versus
I
the
would.
Commander.
I don't know if I would.
Are you kidding me? Or are you talking Oscar Isaac? Because Oscar Isaac,
Talking about Oscar Isaac.
he is a creep in that movie.
So
yes.
I don't know if I would date Poe. Poe is like seems like he would break my heart. So
Mm.
I would.
No, he's a hero. He's one. He would never.
See, Poe won't break your heart because he'll tell you how it is, baby, but you just won't.
Well, no.
No,
He's the
Poe
one
is-
that got
Poe is
away.
This
wonderful.
is just for 2 days. And you'll be like, I can change him.
Poe is the guy that I got drunk at the club and kissed. And then
In my
We
car.
technically know
Brenda's
any
car.
of Poe's romantic, like, strategies or anything. We don't know. We don't know what.
I don't know.
We know he.
We
know
got
he likes
some
to give a
hints of
jacket.
it.
In our love.
Yeah, no shit.
We know he likes it when his jacket looks good on other people.
He does, and he lets them know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
There's something really common about somebody giving you their jacket, though. You can keep that. You keep that.
Somebody right now is
It's good.
shipping pins so hard right now.
I would hang out with
And then,
Kyle.
You would hang out with Kyle. I know you would. Yeah,
Oh my
you're totally
goodness.
crushing on him. You were like, ooh,
See,
when he took out
he's
his
my
mask, you
kill.
were like,
He
ooh.
needs to go.
C-3PO is my kill.
He kills me.
Yeah, I can't help it. But they
She was like, she's blushing and she's like, who is he? I need to get on that Star Killer.
because he reminded me of you.
Oh,
Emo Joe.
Watch out. I'm the broken baby bird in this
do you
household.
throw a lot of tantrums?
Yeah, a fair number.
Does he?
That was household.
Just slice
No.
that room apart.
It's like, no!
I know.
You will not throw a tantrum in this household. Not that thing. Put your lightsaber away. All Kylo Ren needs is a woman like Brenda to like lay down the hammer, drop the hammer on him, and he would turn to the light side so fast. It is not even funny.
Are we saying that Brenda's on the light side?
I don't know. It could go either way.
She could pull him further into the dark.
See, but like, if he's a broken baby bird,
punk rock, not gothic, okay?
She's not trying to like more break a broken baby bird. She wants to like bring him in and like coddle him and help him with his darkness.
Well, see, if you want to get serious, I think that
yes, I want to get very serious about this conversation about kissing Star Wars characters.
Okay, fine.
No, go ahead.
Well, I really think that Kylo Ren needs to be redeemed. I really do. He's terrible, but I think that I think that there's still a chance.
I don't want him redeemed. I want him
he hasn't killed Leia yet.
I just want him dead. He hasn't
killed Leia. Okay, she's still there.
And he's dead.
What are we like? Oh, the father is so important. Moms, who cares about them? It's all about the dad.
That guy's saying hi.
Spammy.
Oh, is he?
Based on our conversation in Slack today, I think we can all agree that if you're a parent and a Jedi, you're just shit. You're just a garbage parent.
Jedi parents are
Jedi parents are the worst.
They're and bad. General bad husbands and wives. I assume. I mean, like Anakin choked Padme. He was like, I love you so much, I have to choke you.
Wait, some people are into that.
What movie are you talking about?
Was it the third?
No, I've talked about this extensively, and I think there are a lot of problems with the Jedi Order in general, like their philosophy and the way it works out, and maybe bringing balance to the Force was killing all the Jedi. I don't know. Because maybe the Jedi aren't that great in general. Maybe they need, like, I've heard of this concept. I need to read some of the extended universe books, I guess. This concept of a gray Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that sounds better to me than the regular old whatever they are Jedi.
Yeah, I want to be like a Jedi. Like, I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't want to be a good guy. I just want to be able to be like put my hand up and then the beer comes to me, and then I'm like, mission accomplished. That's what everybody really wants. Everybody wants to be telekinetic so they don't have to get up. It's like, how bad is it when you're
or to Jedi mind trick other people.
See, I don't like that.
That's terrible, though.
I don't want to be like, how is that? How is
people's heads?
Like, how can you be a
just
good?
letting yourself in.
How can you be a Jedi? How can you be a Jedi and then be like, manipulating minds is cool? Like,
because it's for the greater good, Joe.
Oh, come on. That's like, telling people what to think is for the greater good. That's a great message.
It is if they think things are wrong. Like, if they're Hitler and you tell Hitler not to kill Jews.
Who decides what's wrong, though? I mean, like, Hitler is wrong.
Who decided killing Jews is wrong? Did Joe just really ask that?
It wasn't in the context of
it's like in the world of Star Wars, though. Like for example, so Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn come along, la 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 la. Oh, look, here's this little boy, right?
Let's fucking steal this child because he has Force magic.
Here's what they do. They're like, oh, your mom's a slave? Bye, Mom. Still a slave. We don't care. You're stuck where you are. They don't they have no concept of caring about whether someone's in slavery or not.
They're all about the war.
There's no just sense of justice or like the difference between right and wrong in treating someone as a human being.
The Jedi are good when they want to be good, and they are so like moral gray area of like, you know what? Oh, I guess I can't save all of them. I'm going to take this kid.
And then he's like, I'm worried about my mom, who is still a slave. And they're like, no, you're not allowed to worry about her anymore.
It's very
She's just a slave. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
She's dying in slavery, and you can't, you're not allowed to help her anymore. The Jedi are screwed up, okay?
Well, and beyond that, that's part of what they link to him becoming Darkseid, is that he has this connection to his mother and people that he loves, and he gets so obsessed with trying to save these people that that's what they blame him going crazy on and going Darkseid, is because he lets the fear rule his heart.
Tony reminds us that droids are all slaves.
True.
He's not wrong.
They do refer to them as master.
Droids are not sentient, though, right?
That's a good question.
Are you a slave if you're not sentient?
What's sentient?
Sentient is like you have a consciousness. You are thinking. You are an individual.
Hold this thought. I have to let my cat out. He's bad at the door.
This is Ray, everyone, and she wants to say goodnight.
Hello.
Hey.
Good job.
Oh.
Right now.
No, kids in this right now.
Good night.
We got the chat. We got the
BB-8
chat telling us that BB-8 has a
that
soul.
BB-8, yeah. BB-8 does have a
$100.
soul.
It does.
BB-8's adorable.
Yeah. I'll be right. Hold on, our kid's running around. Our kid is yelling at us.
Distraction hour right now.
It is. I mean, like, kids come in. It is like kid time where like all kids.
It is
wanna
the
get up
hour
on the
mark,
screen.
so.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm really bummed out that Han died. I'm gonna let that slide, just like the Star Killer base.
I'm bummed out at how he
Oh,
died.
that Han died?
I feel like
He died.
it really.
Han Solo
Yeah.
demanded it. Or, I mean, Harrison Ford demanded it. So, if that's what Harrison Ford wanted.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with the fact that he died. It just sucks that, you know, I just don't like Kylo Ren.
It just.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Why couldn't he go down in like a hail of bullets or something? Like he didn't have to like, be like, you know, oh my emo ass kid is gonna stab me because like his dumb T-blade is. Fuck, god damn it.
I mean, he should have done it like saving Chewie or something. Like,
Yes!
something honorable.
Yeah.
Not Leia, because that's
That would've been
stereotypical.
cool.
But saving Chewie would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been really cool because I think
Rose
that
Delay.
Chewbacca just has not gotten as much attention as
Yeah.
he deserves.
Chewie got
It's
shot.
funny. He really sticks out, yet no one pays attention to him.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, everyone would expect Chewie to lay down for Han, so I think it would be really cool if they flipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chewie has a life debt, so he has to lay down. Like technically, he has to lay down for Han. But he's so sad. Chewie, where's Chewie gonna go now? He doesn't have anybody. Like that was his
So-
life buddy.
Hold on, time out. Can I gotta bring something up.
He's gonna fly the Millennium Falcon with her. He's the co-pilot.
I think
Was I the only one who totally thought of the end of Serenity when Mal was flying and River was in like the co-pilot seat and she was flying too when they're flying at the very end of the movie? Because Chewie was in the co-pilot seat and Rey was flying. Was I the only one that thought of that?
Who thought of what?
Which
I
one
didn't
is?
think of that, but I get it.
Missed it.
That she
Nope.
was taking over his file.
No, like it's a new
But okay.
setup. Just a new arrangement in the cockpit.
Those little things, like,
In the chat, it said that Chewie's gonna settle down
No,
with
I didn't.
Maz.
Sorry.
Maz does like Chewie. Brenda said that was her favorite line in the movie.
Is where's my boyfriend? That reminded me of something that my grandma would say.
I like that Wookiee.
Oh, that's another thing. Okay, another beef I had, another
like that.
stereotype.
I like her pineapple eyes.
Okay, why was Maz the wise Negro? Like, why does it always have to be that way?
Well, she's played by a black character or a
Yeah,
black.
I know.
actor.
They always they call it the wise Negro in literature, like this character who gets to transcend stereotypes, but only to like lead the chosen white person on their path. They did it in Huck Finn. They did it in The Green Mile.
Yoda wasn't that.
No, Yoda wasn't. I didn't see Yoda as that, but Maz was.
I don't know.
I guess I didn't
Yeah, I
see
didn't
her
know
that
it was
way
Yeah, it didn't
personally.
strike me.
I haven't heard any people of color complaining of that,
Sure.
but maybe they do. But I feel like it's not my place to comment on them. So, I guess we should. I would leave that.
Yeah,
to
I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing more about that, but I don't know. I've never. This is the first I've heard of it.
white to complain about that or not.
Look, First Order Informant's makeup was on point. There's no doubt about that.
I didn't think so at all.
You didn't think so?
You didn't like
That was
it?
cool
She
as
looks
hell.
so cool.
I've seen better.
Well, of course you have, but
I was
still.
actually disappointed, but I
Why?
didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Why?
Because it just looks smudged on.
It was like totally like
Mm-mm.
tight.
I thought she looked fierce.
It looked good, but I know makeup people, so they could have done better. And I will say that. I'll say that to their faces.
Fair enough.
Shame on you.
You know what you should do is you should do your own makeup or get makeup people to do you up in like a better way that you think it's cool. You should do it.
What do you mean? But
Do
I
your makeup.
Well, you should like
No,
show.
but I mean like
Oh.
show us. Do it and show us.
Oh.
Do like a makeup tutorial for it.
Do a makeup.
Oh. Okay. Should I go get my
That would be
makeup?
so cool.
You can just like be here like drinking and putting makeup on.
You can if you want. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool.
We'll do
I know
a separate
nothing
video.
about makeup.
It was great. It could have been better. But maybe were they just going for that simpleness? I felt like it was too simple. Like if
I think
you're
it
gonna
was like
spend
it
money
was
on
just like,
Star Wars,
well, she was like a bad. She was like the informant. Like all the like Imperial people or all the First Order people, they're all like very like stark colors, like black and white, you know.
yeah,
So that's why her makeup was kind of like black and white.
that's
you know?
great and all. But I mean, see, I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be her face or if that was supposed to be makeup.
Could have been either.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Well, I see what you're saying. If you can't tell whether she's supposed to be like an alien face or whether just a human wearing makeup.
Yes.
Because I just thought she was a human wearing makeup, but I guess they could have been going.
And that's what I felt like too, that she was just a human wearing makeup, but then it just was not that good. Because if she's supposed to be an informant, she's supposed to be all sneaky and shit. She's gonna be on point. She's gotta have that shit together, and it just was like smudge, whatever.
It was like smudge, and then it like went up, and like it was like a little square thing.
Joe.
I thought it was cool.
You know what?
Other people thought it was
You're-
cool. I'm not the only one.
Face tattoos. I will have a face tattoo.
Get a face tattoo if you want.
That's what,
Oh, we're getting from the chat.
So, can somebody? I was thinking about this. Speaking of like face scars and tattoos and stuff, the guy that is like the new emperor, basically, the really tall guy. What was his name? Was it Snoke? Snoke. Okay. So I noticed that he had a scar, like a weird scar on his face.
Harry Potter
His
scar.
face, yeah, like the pictures,
Face
like the concept art pictures of him, like half his face is like way fucked up.
Okay.
So,
Was it like, from what I could see, because he was all holographic and you know, kind of blurry, but he had like this scar that started up here and went across his nose and his cheek, right?
Mhm.
Isn't that the same scar that Kylo Ren got at the end of the fight?
I don't know.
He got slashed across the face, like right here. Look. I don't think it's. Yeah, he got slashed across the face, but I don't think it went into his jaw.
He still looks sexy with that scar.
Because when I saw the scar at the end, I thought maybe that was like foreshadowing into somehow either. I know they don't do like traveling in the future or something, but somehow that he was a later version of Kylo Ren.
For a split second, I thought he had his arm cut off by her.
I did too. A lot of times he lost an arm.
Yeah. Did you?
See
But he did it.
To another thing,
But then I was like, I'm so done with this show. It's so stupid.
when
I was like,
When
if someone
Finn
loses
was
a fucking
fighting-
arm, I'm done. I'm done.
when Finn was fighting
No.
with the saber, what weapon was the stormtrooper using when they were right outside Maz's place?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
was
Because
like
why
a
the hell
ball.
wasn't it just cutting it in half?
There's certain metals that
agree. I
lightsabers can cut through.
It sounded like it had some sort of like zappy electrical edge.
Yeah,
that
and I
maybe
didn't
could,
know-
like combat this like the lightsaber. I don't know. I didn't know if it was like the same frequency or something, and that was because there's a whole like physics behind how the lasers can actually touch each other in the
Yeah.
sabers. So I wonder
It's
if the weapon had the same. Shut up,
It's
Christine.
magic. Just
Information.
stop.
Once
thinking
again,
right.
Okay,
In the
this is the
Christine
ultimate
does
reason
make
why
you
Star Wars is not
I
sci-fi.
mean, right, I'm like,
Because everything is just magic.
It's not. And it's okay that it's not.
Yeah, nobody thinks Star Wars is sci-fi except
well, there is
people that
there
are
is-
like half the world.
there
People
is
that are
metal.
wrong. They're just people that are wrong. Yeah,
There
as long
is-
as you're gonna be people wrong.
There is
They're just-
metal in the Star Wars universe that is impervious to
not
lightsaber
metal.
blades.
This is
Adamantium.
this is my level of science fiction. Like this is how I do my book. I'm like, I created a thing, and it can do whatever I say it can do. The end of story. It's my book. Deal with it. It's about
Yeah.
the characters.
How
So-
doesn't it cut the blade? Like, how does the sonic screwdriver work? Like, why do we ask these questions?
The sonic screwdriver works on everything except wood. That's its one weakness. That's not an explanation of how it works. Well, okay, wood doesn't
Why
vibrate.
doesn't it work
And
on?
it does work on wood now.
Can he time himself
You know
some
who vibrates?
wood-breaking sonic screwdrivers?
With the flash. The flash.
Yeah, some things are impervious to lightsabers. So,
Let's
One thing that bothered
We're
me,
destroyed.
I'm strong.
You're drunk.
you'll be
Oh,
having
yeah.
one thing that bothered me was that for all I liked about how the movie is about a stormtrooper who likes questioning what he's been raised to do and decides to part from it, and therefore, if we value his life,
we value Finn's life as like this unique person who can make choices and not be evil. All the rest of the stormtroopers are still just totally disposable.
Yeah, it makes you like
It's like,
think, oh shit, we've been killing all these individuals this whole time.
That maybe like that guy that you just stabbed through the chest with the lightsaber, could have been persuaded.
Change that guy. Change that guy real good.
It's just like, nope, kill them all. They're all the rest of them are disposable.
They're still fodder. And you made, I think it was you that made a good tweet on during the watching about how useless is the stormtrooper armor that like a blaster just blows right through it. Like,
it doesn't
why
protect
are you even
anything.
wearing it?
Like, why are you even wearing it? It doesn't protect from anything.
It's for uniformity.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, wear a fucking uniform then. Like when you're wearing like plastic, armor or whatever it is, plasteel or whatever they want to call it. That affects your mobility. That can't be comfortable. And like, what is it protecting you from?
It should protect from
What are we
something,
talking about?
What was the
This is
whole
what you
deal
signed up
about
for.
just how like Ray
checking.
would be like, pew, and the stormtrooper would be like, like,
I've never
and
thought
then they're
about any of this
presumably
stuff.
dead or something.
Welcome to my world,
I
baby.
know. I don't
Okay,
know.
so what was the deal when Finn takes his helmet off at the very beginning, and she's
Why
like,
is he
who
always
gave you
sweaty?
permission to take that off? Is that like a rule? They're never allowed to take off their helmets unless they
Well,
have
yeah,
to
they
leave?
never-
implication.
I believe that was the implication. I mean,
He didn't listen right away.
Like, how do
Know
you
your
shower?
role, dude.
Well,
Well,
they're
sure,
probably
when you're
given
on duty.
permission at 8 o'clock when it's time to take your shower.
Well, we all know that,
Are you
like.
checking the time
Oh, I was
to
just
make sure you
checking- no,
take
I was
your
just checking-
shower?
no, I was checking the time because I got to keep track of the time for the show.
No, I was just wondering it had something to do because they were talking about like uniformity and conformity and how he had never showed any inclination to break away before. And so I wonder if the helmet thing, like them all keeping the helmets on, had something to do with them taking away their individuality, which is very Borg.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, totally.
It's all about.
Absolutely about that.
Okay.
the First
there's
Order
the-
has this different, I guess it's General Hux who is implied to be responsible for this. Different, like they're not using clones anymore. They're kidnapping babies.
Yeah.
Taking
Well, they
them-
weren't clones in the
Weren't they?
4 through 6, were they? I think they were just
they were
regular
clones.
people.
No, I think
No.
they were.
Because I think like all the clones went mad, and then they couldn't use them anymore. Brenda's too drunk to open this package of beef jerky, so I can do this real quick. 1 moment, please.
Does anybody in the YouTube chat know?
Tony, do you know whether these are clones? Because I've been telling my
General
kids,
whiny pants.
I've been telling
Helena?
I've been telling
Oh
my
my
kids,
God.
he's like, Miro's obsessed with clones, and he's like, these are clones. And I was like, no, the ones from the original ones aren't clones. And he's like, yeah, they are. And then I'm going to be salty if my kid's right.
So Miro agrees with me. I
Miro
think they were
thinks that
clones, and then
everybody's
they
clones.
decided the First Order is the one that steals babies.
I was under the assumption that people just kind of conscripted with the Empire because it was like, I got to get paid. Like, it ain't easy in the Outer Rim.
No, I think they were clones, and that's why we were supposed to be okay with them all just dying in rows. Like, they're just all clones. They're
Elena is pretty
amoebas.
sure.
We don't-
Is anybody in the chat, because
Yeah.
we're our hands are kind of tied as far as accessing computers,
Elena
can anybody,
agrees with me.
can anybody Google whether 4 through 6 had clones? Yeah, because like they have like clones have like clone madness like after they've been
Yeah,
around
but Tony,
for so
that doesn't
long.
answer the question.
When, though?
Answer the question, Tony.
The
Answer
clones,
the question.
like eventually like clones break down and they
We
go
should have
crazy.
Tony on this show, by the way.
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
He's really funny.
Who will watch it though then? If
oh.
everybody that's watching is on
Yeah, we have
the
all of our viewers on. All is gonna watch our show.
No, because Tony's on a podcast.
Yeah, he
That's
has his
true.
own viewers.
He will
With,
bring his
like,
viewers over to
Tony,
And wait, hold on.
The computer.
Tony made the very first and only
You're real
Drinkshares gift. Or GIF.
I'm gonna get real
GIF.
Italian.
Well, I know it's supposed to be GIF, but come on, GIF.
Hold on.
I'm aware of the lineage of the word.
We're going to have to just agree to disagree on that one, too.
I'm gonna mute everybody.
I roll my eyes when people say GIF. Goodness.
It's a GIF.
Tony!
I know. Technically.
Tony!
Tony,
Christine, what's funny is I have a history like that because years ago they used to pronounce it Genghis Khan, and now suddenly everyone pronounces it Genghis Khan, and it really frustrates me.
I've never heard that before.
It's like anytime you watch,
What's your question?
yeah, every time you watch a show
How come you-
in like the last 5 years, they refer to him as Genghis Khan, which I'm sure is probably the proper pronunciation, but it just frustrates me.
So,
Things
listen,
change.
I got something to say.
Wait, no, you don't.
Yes, Tony. How long have we known you through Drinkshares, and you didn't tell anybody that you had a podcast?
He did, Joe.
When?
They
I
need
just
to know.
Like,
You
look
found me on
into Tony
Instagram.
a little bit.
I'm not
Goodness.
looking into anybody. There's like 400 people out there. Like,
Look at his Twitter account.
he followed me on Instagram, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's got a podcast. He should share it with everybody so we can enjoy it.
I have a podcast.
I saw it on Facebook. That's how I found out.
Well,
And I was like, Tony, you have a podcast.
You should have been like, yo, I got a
felt the
podcast.
same
You
way.
guys should check it
Yo,
out.
I'm Tony. I got a fuck.
That's not how he talks.
That's how he will only ever talk in my head now.
Sorry, Tony, in our mental space, you're super Italian now.
Okay, hey, so as far as who I would kiss in Star Wars,
Yeah, let's get back.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
let's
talk
get back.
about more
Back to the
kissing.
important stuff.
Okay,
it's
so
really
I
hard,
know
but
who I.
I think I have to say,
No.
I think I have to go with. This is really hard, but I think I have to go with.
You
Han
can
Solo.
kiss more than one person.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a girl.
I can't.
Yeah, kiss
You
everybody.
said only one.
No, you can pick as many as you want. You can make whatever rules you want.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 people I kiss.
That's not good then.
I kiss them all.
And they all start with a B.
Brenda.
Brenda.
If Brenda was in Star Wars, I'd be kissing
All
her
5
first.
Brendas.
Yeah.
So,
who would you kiss,
I
Joe?
would definitely kiss Leia.
Paris.
I would do one of those platonic, like on the forehead things with Luke.
You give him like a pat on the back. Good job,
High five.
Luke. You're doing fine.
If I was in like a cougar mood, maybe Luke.
Only
know.
Luke.
Luke's
Okay,
a
only
whiny
Luke.
bitch. He always has been.
Yeah,
No.
he's always been very.
Well,
Only
he
Luke
wouldn't be
hang
allowed
out
to
with
Empire
Solo.
Strikes Back.
Han Solo would take care of you.
Han Solo's
He
got
knows
some
what's up.
experience. I bet he's
Yeah.
got the best.
Just
Yeah,
close
no,
your eyes
I
and
know
watch
it.
it.
Yeah, I bet
I
Han
don't
Solo
think
has
anyone
every
would say
space
that.
STD between
I
here
bet
and
he
the
knows how to
fucking next
salt
galaxy,
dance.
so...
He knows everything.
Look, it's the future. You know they've got all kinds of cures for STDs. But
And extra brand new STDs.
well, whatever. They've got
Yeah,
they've got
space
back to
STDs.
tanks. Like you just
The
jump in the
galaxy
back to
far,
tank
far
and you're
away.
fine.
Guys, too many of us are talking at once. I can't hear anything.
So all I'm saying is if you get an STD, you jump in the back to tank and you're good. That's like the thing. That's the thing that Luke went in when he got really beat
We're
up.
just talking. We're just talking about kissing, okay?
Yeah. No,
Well, then
no
what we're talking
sex,
about-
Joe.
then what we're talking
Why
about-
you always gotta take it to sex?
I'm not.
God.
I'm not the one that brought up having sex with Han Solo. Somebody else did.
I did.
Why are you busting me out then? You know I don't have a good memory.
Someone had to go there because this whole movie was soft porn. It pisses me off.
It wasn't soft porn.
It was soft porn because you're like, oh, there's a butt, but then there's like
There were
that's
no
it,
butts.
There's no
We're
sex.
in Star Wars.
What are you watching?
Well, no. That's my metaphor. I thought about this all day long, and that's the only thing I can come up with that people don't understand. Like in soft porn, there's kissing, there's cuddling, and then there's motion, but there's no like you can't see the friction. You get no satisfaction. It gets you there, but barely. And that's what this movie was for me. It was.
It didn't get you
stupid.
there?
It did not
I'm
get
gonna
me
have
there,
to
and I
watch
feel
it again.
unsatisfied. I don't have the time to do this. Again, it was so long. It was just so long. There's
I'm
no,
sorry.
You start crying.
I kind of feel like crying because, like, I just.
How many
No.
drinks has Brenda had?
She's
I've,
getting really drunk.
I've
She's been double fisting. That thing has been full of rum all night, and now it's full again.
I think Brenda might be hitting on my biggest problem with why I can't get into Star Wars. It's too wholesome.
Not enough butts.
No,
It has nothing to do with butts or
Superman
no
or
sex
enough
or anything.
butts.
Like even the dialogue is wholesome. Like there's like they don't really jab at each other. Like when Luke and Leia banter, it's not like how Eleven and River banter. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's
That
just
was
so
made in the 70s.
yeah, but these weren't, and they sound like it. And
You know
maybe
what?
that's because
Are
my favorite,
very much in
If that's your
homage to the
complaint,
original 3.
my favorite space
Keep
movie
going.
that's fine,
is
man.
currently Guardians of the
That
Galaxy.
is fine.
And they're
and
also
Guardians of
family friendly.
She was on Playboy.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Did you say your favorite movie is currently Guardians of the Galaxy?
I said my
So
favorite
you
space
don't
movie.
have a problem with the misogyny in Guardians of the Galaxy, but you think Force Awakens has
I
misogyny?
love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Seriously?
Thank you.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is
It was
sassy.
No,
sassy.
but
I
I
was
mean, like, Guardians of the Galaxy
cut
was
you.
a fine movie, but in terms of, like, your female characters getting damseled and needing to be rescued by a dude, Rey didn't need to be rescued by Finn, and Gamora definitely needed to be rescued by friggin' Star-Lord.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
she
right.
was totally sidelined, entirely. Like, that movie was way more disappointing when it came to female characters. Way
But
more.
I liked those characters. I can
They
get
were
over. Okay, here's the thing. I can't get over the things I don't like about Star Wars because I don't like the characters. I don't feel for the characters. I'm not sympathetic for the characters. I can get over my beefs with Guardians of the Galaxy
Glorious
because I
character.
love
It's
those
true.
characters. They have great
Kylo.
dialogue. They make me laugh,
Kylo.
and they say inappropriate stuff. So that's why I can see past it. So
What would
the
happen?
reason I can't see past the faults in Star Wars is because I can't find anything good about it that really resonates with me.
That is fine and everything, but I am suspicious of your
You two should
lofty
fight and
claims of
make out.
misogyny if they can be erased if something's just funny. I mean, that's not taking care of the problems that are like actively harming women in society.
I should probably get off and be in
I forgive it because it's funny. That's not
You be whatever you want, baby.
I'm not saying I forgive it.
solid justification. Which is, this is all just to say, if the reason you don't like Star Wars is because it's too wholesome, fine. It's fine. Go ahead, don't like it. I don't care. I love it. It's wholesome.
And you have every right to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
agree with
everybody
that.
has a right to their own opinion, right?
Which I clearly stated at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, Cal.
Thanks, Brenda.
Let's go smoke pot behind the bleachers.
Sweet. That's where all the cool kids hang out anyway. We'll leave the nerds to go talk about Star Wars.
I know, no shit.
I'm gonna slowly move my laptop away so Brendan doesn't spill on it.
There's going to be so many shenanigans if InkCon ever
You
happens.
can come with.
Oh, goodness.
There it goes. That's a good safe distance for us. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what?
What? Tell us all about Joe.
I thought Star Wars was really good. I really liked it. I was really happy with it because the success of Star Wars was really dubious after the prequels. I mean, they had the movies and stuff, and it was kind of geared more towards it was geared towards kids. I mean, Mira loves that stuff. But Star Wars as like a thing that kind of competes with like kind of Marvel-esque blockbusters, and in this new like Marvel extended universe world of blockbusters where you have these big tentpole movies with all kinds of action and stuff.
Sweet.
Like, how does it? Does it like how does where is Star Wars place in this? And I feel like this movie said, we belong here, and we've got something to say, and we've got a place to be. And you got something to say, Brenda?
I just no. Why are you guys all sober? I am fucked
Sorry.
up.
You were double fisting these
I
drinks.
have
This
to
is
take
wine
my
and this
kid
is
to
rum.
school in the morning. What did I do?
You want to take a breather?
Mm.
You can
Just
lay
drink
down.
some water. Take an ibuprofen. Drink some water.
I couldn't because she said I couldn't before. I asked because I had a headache.
What? You couldn't have water.
Becky said don't take a Excedrin and drink.
No.
I got
no.
this. I got this. I got this.
I
I'm a
never
big
said
girl.
don't. I
You
said
said
most
I'm a big
people
girl.
probably wouldn't.
I think you should. No, you gotta take ibuprofen. That's what.
I got this.
Yeah,
My headache's gone. Just so
Well,
you
that's
know.
because
You
alcohol
can't feel
fills your blood.
anything.
It basically does the
The
same
show's
exact
called
thing
Drinkshares,
as
and you're supposed to be drinking.
I'm drinking.
None of you guys have drinks.
Look, I'm
Show
on my
them
second
now.
drink.
You
It's
missed
a whole
Show them
different
now.
color.
You missed it.
It's big.
I can't carry the ship by myself.
I have to work tomorrow.
So do I. It's awful. It's awful. God. I'm talking about Star Wars.
You should do your makeup. It would be really cool.
Can I talk about the
Can you
boys
put
I make
makeup
out
on
with?
Joe?
Yeah, you can talk about the boys you make
Yeah,
up.
do you want to talk about
I
that?
love putting mascara on Joe. He only let me do it once. He's got really long eyelashes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but he won't let me do it again.
You can do whatever you want. I didn't say you couldn't
I'm
do it.
gonna.
Is that the only makeup you've put on Joe?
Yeah,
I paint my toenails. That part's fun.
yeah.
I really like painting my toenails.
Joe is really good at painting figurines, so he paints my toenails.
Oh, does he ever like
JF is really good at
flowers
painting
or
figurines.
hearts?
No, he doesn't go
No.
that extreme because he's a perfectionist, and I'm just like, get off me, just finish it.
Cause like I want to I don't want it to bleed over.
Oh,
like I want to
God.
I can't.
When you
go
take a
outside
shower,
the light.
that goes away. So don't worry about it.
See, like
Yeah. Joe, I don't know what he's doing with me.
it needs to like
Just so
it's got to be in the lines. Like I don't want it to bleed over because I want the toenails to look really good.
Some people
So-
put Elmer's glue around first, and
Yeah.
then they
I've told him
paint
that.
it, and then you can just peel it off.
Hmm.
Or so the internet has shown me.
Brenda, who are you
Right.
make out with?
Oh, well,
Oh,
Kylo. Who was there? Someone else? No, there was no one else.
You make it with Han?
No.
I'd kiss Han.
What? Not even Young Han?
No.
It can be
he's-
anybody.
No, I don't like his. I don't know. He's not my
He's too
jam.
cocky.
Yeah, he's too
Not
cocky.
your jam.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not like cute. Like give me flutter cockies. He's just like fuck you, dick. That type of cocky.
Yeah, I
don't
like my
you.
boys cocky, but I like my boys clever and cocky. Like
Yes. Yeah.
he's
I
not,
like.
I mean, smart. Like he's street smart, but he's not like.
I feel like he'd be competing with me too much, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, we could never like, I could never be submissive to him and be in a relationship
Yeah.
because
He
he'd
would
just
never-
be a dick.
Yeah, you would never back down, and he would never back down. So you'd end
Yeah.
up just like fist fighting after the
Yeah.
end of every night.
Are you
Yeah,
an
There's
Aries?
not really anyone in Star Wars who's like actually my type. Like
Yeah, same.
maybe Rey.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm attracted to
Everyone would be
anything
right
in
for
the
me,
Star
too.
Wars universe.
I
Star
just liked his
Leia
hair.
and Rey.
I liked his jawline.
Ugh.
Kylo Ren
Oh,
has
I
a
thought he
weak.
was really-
He has a weak chin.
Gross.
I thought it was really unattractive.
Who?
I think
Kylo
he
Ren.
should have left that helmet on.
No.
Yeah, he should have left that helmet. Put the helmet back.
I loved it. He took it off and he was
So that
just.
he didn't look like Darth's helmet, because he kind of looked ridiculous walking around.
He reminded me of you.
It would have been a great scene if so Kylo is interrogating Rey, and he takes the helmet off, and it would have been really great if Rey would have been just like, "You put it back on."
No.
That's what I would have said.
He put it on and be so sad. He'd go to his room and start cutting things with his lightsaber.
I think
Like, we don't need these computers. Ah.
I think that Adam Driver is good looking, but not in like a classic way.
So people
So,
want to know.
I think
And he has fabulous hair.
People want
is
to know
when he's
who-
not Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
The character overshadows
His looks, yeah. it's
everything.
true.
Yeah.
He looks like
Oh, wait, we have a
Napoleon
question.
Dynamite.
Who it is?
A question. Oh my goodness.
We have a question.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't.
that's a tough
Okay, there's a question.
question.
There's a question.
I don't think there's an
question.
answer to that
Who
question.
do you imagine as young Han? Because they're gonna do a spin-off movie, and they need somebody. See, young actors are all garbage, though. That's the problem.
How young?
No,
How
they're
young?
not all garbage.
Most of them are garbage.
Any of them who would be good, we probably just don't know who they are yet.
It would be me. I would be the best.
And you know
actor.
what?
I
They
have
need
a
to bring-
theory.
Hey,
I saw, guys,
up
shush,
there.
I'm
shush,
not
first
solo.
one sec. I have
Warp Drive 9.
valid to say. I saw a picture of Chris Hemsworth wearing a white shirt and a vest one time in an interview, and his hair was kind of Hanish,
What's this?
and he actually could have pulled it off.
I'll vote for anything with Chris Hemsworth. I'm not gonna lie.
I think if you cut his hair right,
I think he's ugly.
He's too
Yeah,
muscular to
boy,
be Han.
that's
He-
fine.
he doesn't.
No,
He's
I
not
mean,
ugly.
I
He
would
just
not
doesn't
kick him out
have
good.
anything like notable about his
face. He just has
Yeah.
a face. I don't know.
Yeah.
He
I
has
just
an
has
accent.
I don't.
some
I
scars.
don't find Chris Hemsworth
He needs some
handsome,
stories.
and my type is not the super muscly at all.
Yeah.
So
Mine's
it's just
not either, but there's exceptions, and he's one of them.
I'm not into super muscly guys either, but Chris Evans in Captain America all day. Like a screen door in a hurricane, I would let him bang.
America.
See, I like Captain America for his character.
His
And
virtue.
I'm willing to look past his
I like the guy with the bow.
extra muscliness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kara thinks that I'm Hawkeye.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
all the
Okay.
Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Joe
Joe's
tonight.
The thing I think I love about Captain America is even though he is very wholesome, and I already talked about how I don't enjoy a lot of wholesome, I would love to be the woman to corrupt Captain America. Like that was just...
He's too cocky. He's too cocky. You can't.
Yeah,
You can't get in
he's
that
too
hard.
goody two shoes. Like nobody can corrupt Captain
Nope.
America.
He's the
I
bitch.
would try. I would try very,
It
very
would be a
hard.
mission.
You will be sad because he's just that jerk. And
I
you
don't
can
think
call
he's a
him-
jerk.
He's
Well, he's
too-
a man at a
Yeah.
he's a man at a time. So like he doesn't get like normal he doesn't get 2016 female advances. He'd
Well,
be
see,
like,
that's why what's
should we
funny
go
to
to ice
me,
cream social?
the reason I ship
I
him
make you a hot roast beef
I mean,
sandwich.
most 2016 guys don't get female advances, so
You're not.
No,
wrong.
because the reason I ship Captain America and Maria Hill is because they are such opposites. Because she is the quintessential not the kind of woman that he would have had in the 1940s.
Huh.
But I think they have an opposites attract quality. And while she would find it very hard to accept a man who would open a door for her or to pay for dinner or things like that, I also think that they would balance each other out in the fact that he would relax a little and see more independence in women from being around Maria and seeing she can hold her own. Because he had that with Peggy. So,
Yeah, Peggy didn't take no crap.
no, Peggy
I don't know
didn't.
any.
I
Who's
don't
the woman
see how
in
you're
Iron
seeing
Man
huge differences between
where
Peggy
she
and
was like the
Maria
lady?
Hill.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
I mean, except in the fact that Maria Hill is a way less developed character. She's
Well, I'll mute it.
No,
how
I'm not
she's
saying there is
different.
difference
I know,
between
too.
Peggy and Maria.
So-
I see.
so
That's
they-
why he
so
would be
they're-
attracted to that. But
So they're exactly the kind of people who would go together.
So, who else would people kiss?
We had to do a sidebar. Sorry, we had to do a sidebar.
There's no one else to kiss. So,
We're out.
because there's just those. I don't
You're
know.
not the only one.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. I'm talking about kissing boys.
You talk about kissing. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go see what our kid wants.
I don't understand why you guys don't like Kylo Ren. Did you not see
well,
him? Did you
he's
need to
here.
watch the movie again?
He's terrible. I want him to be.
I've watched the movie
Like,
4
okay.
times.
His character
I want
may
him to
be
die
terrible,
really hard.
but did you see his hair?
I
I'm
don't-
really concerned.
I know.
about
I'll
that.
leave it to a hairdresser.
He has
What?
great hair.
Yeah, he has fabulous hair.
He really does have great hair. All he needs is a beard.
That's true.
Oh, Jesus.
I would comb that beard.
I love beards so much.
I
I
do
don't
too.
like
And then other
stupid
times I don't.
hair or stupid beards, unless they're a nice beard. Depends.
What did you think of Luke's beard?
I thought
I
it was-
accepted
He's
it.
an
I
old
thought it was
man.
right.
What do you want?
I was like, you're trying too hard to be a grown up.
No, I think it was an homage to Obi-Wan. I thought it was. It's like
Well, and also, like, he's
An older Jedi
alone
grows a
on
beard.
this random island. Like, why would he shave every day?
That's
True.
true.
He wouldn't.
Nope.
Well, this film doesn't make any sense, so I guess.
Was
it doesn't
there
matter.
supposed to be a temple on that island at some point?
Don't get mad.
Because there weren't even ruins of a temple. There were just rocks.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's
I think
supposed
we'll
to be
find out
the
next
first
time.
Jedi temple that he was in search of, or what. I don't
There's
know.
a lot of questions
find out.
that I'm sure will be answered later.
I don't think so.
If you-
I mean, not all of them.
I just don't
Brenda,
know.
are you gonna watch Rogue One?
Oh God, I have to. I guess.
Did you see the trailer?
I got.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
explain to the Star Wars noob what the hell Rogue One is. I'm so
Rogue One-
confused.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. And I freaked out for
Right
a
before.
second. I was like, I don't know what to do.
So at the beginning of A New Hope, right? Leia is putting the plans, the plans into R2D2.
R2D2,
The plans were stolen by the cast of Rogue One.
Okay.
The Rogue One is set like, I don't know, a few weeks or months before A New Hope, and it's the story of them stealing those plants for the Death Star. And I think they all died. I think that was stated at the beginning of A New Hope. Maybe not, but it doesn't turn out well for them.
Okay.
They steal the plans
and they spin-off movie, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Side story.
Side quest.
Yeah. Side quest.
Side quest.
Which like is a real drag. This is like with the EU stuff, is because like they had a whole like thing with like they made some video games where like they totally covered this plot, but like it was completely different, and they like, and at the time they were like, this is totally canon, so if you want to know, like, play these video games and you'll know the story. And now it's all like, nah, just kidding, it's not. And now you have to watch this movie, which looks totally awesome, but you know, it's like, I understand these people that have invested their life into the expanded universe and now it's gone because like it's a lot to get in. Like, we're just having this talk about like, who would you kiss out of the people that we know? Like, think about how many people you kiss in the expanded universe.
That's true. Well, I think that just because they say that it's not canon anymore, you don't have to accept it.
Well,
like, you could just say no in your head. Like, no. And
I
then
feel
there
like
you go.
There's a place where Heir to the Empire is still happening. Brenda's typing in the chat now. Brenda's the chat commander.
Oh, and I'm not supposed
Chat
to do
commander.
it. You weren't doing it.
No, go ahead.
Tony, help me out.
Yeah, I don't. I would. I think I'd give
You drink.
What?
Why aren't you drinking?
I am drinking.
Okay. I just don't understand why I'm the drunkest.
Because you had 2 drinks. You were double fisting.
I just want everybody else to be drunk.
Both now?
What?
Did you finish both?
She finished them like multiple times.
I've refilled these like 5 times.
Well, that's why.
That's fine.
Well,
I have to work
the
tomorrow.
whole point.
I'm sorry.
So do I.
We like having you.
I'm trying to get
Well, I don't understand the name of the
Sorry?
show is Drinkshares.
I'm sharing a drink right now.
You know, like, Drinkshares doesn't mean necessarily alcohol. You could drink tea.
Yeah.
or
I've
water.
been planning on doing tea
my
at some
God.
point.
as you take the rum chata to your face.
What is in that drink?
Rum chata. This is rum chata and root beer, I think. Is this a root beer float? Rum chata, root beer float?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then this one is this just Mad Dog 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sure is. It's blue raspberry flavor mixed with strawberry kiwi. Something.
That sounds good.
Brenda's going through like every stage of being drunk before her eyes.
You know what? Someone's gotta do it.
Someone's got to do it.
I'm glad it's not me.
It's never been you. I feel like I'm the only one who's ever gotten drunk on the show.
Episode
I'm always
0,
drunk on this
there
show.
was
I
drunken
got very
There
drunk
was-
episode
There
0.
was a lot of drinking in episode 0.
That was like the like
And there's a reason
There's a
That's
reason
coming
we
back.
toned it back.
yeah.
Because we did not hold it together. This is not. We do not have conversations that are audible.
I suspect that this episode is a
What should we talk about?
episode 0 quality.
There's a lot of yelling. There's been a lot of yelling. Yeah.
I think I didn't string any sentences together in episode 0.
Yeah, she's on
Well,
her next
to
year.
be fair, I think you spoke twice, so...
Yeah. Christine was very quiet in episode 0.
I'm a
We
cleaning.
talked over her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Talk
giggled
to us,
at that a
Christine.
lot.
You did do that, which we appreciated.
Christine, tell us your thoughts on Star Wars.
Who'd you make
I
up
like
with?
Star Wars. I hate Kylo Ren. As I think we've
we all
gotten
slum it
that
sometimes.
covered. We all what? Slum it?
Slum it.
We all slum it.
I mean, if I was
sometimes.
really drunk, probably sure. But then I'd kind of hate myself.
Well, you know what? You need to grow as a human being and experience that.
No, it wouldn't be because I was drunk and like secretly did want to do anything. It would just because, you know.
Because he roofied you, huh?
No.
He's beautiful! I don't understand what the issue is here. Why
I
don't
just
you...
don't like him.
Kylo Ren.
Why don't
everybody-
you like
I mean,
him?
he's not my type physically, and he's really not my type
He
personality-wise.
is too skinny. I'll give you that. Like,
No, I don't
like
like
skinny
skinny.
boys
I
like that.
like
Look,
Matt
I need
He's
like a
fine.
man to pick me up and put me in the bed 'cause I'm drunk. That's what I need right now.
Do you want me to let them talk and I'll put you in bed?
Pick her up.
Are you gonna show us your manly strength, Joe? Are you gonna pick her up?
Okay, she could do a piggyback ride, I think.
I'll pick Joe up.
Brenda's
You're
strong.
gonna drop
I am.
him.
I'm pretty
She's
strong.
got the muscles.
I do kettlebells.
That's good. Thinking about kettlebells.
You should.
Kettlebells is
Kettlebells
fun.
are awesome.
Kettlebells is fun, but you have a legitimate risk of like throwing one into a TV or destroying
No,
the
if
floor.
you're Joe, you do. Let me tell you what
Yeah,
you
I
need
don't
to
think
do.
I would do that.
got
I've never almost thrown a
Do-
kettlebell.
15 kettlebells a day, and your ass will be able to like break open a walnut. It's a full body workout. I can talk about this. Let's talk about this. I got this.
All right, let's talk workouts.
Workout.
Oh.
Can I like take a lightsaber and do a lightsaber workout?
Sure.
Can I just take a lightsaber and just cut off the fat parts? Because that would just save so much time.
That would be great.
And it would cauterize, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But you'd be horribly disfigured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nobody wants to look at me
Then
anyway.
you just
Keep it like
Jedi mind
that.
trick everybody, and
Yeah.
they will see no scars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you
So
can
did
just
anybody-
vomit.
So did anybody pick up on with the going back a little bit to a legitimate conversation?
What?
I gotta throw it out there. With did you guys notice with Snoke he's got like the face and it's like half?
Oh wait, how tall do we think he is?
I think he's a midget.
I think he's like 2 feet tall.
I think he's a hologram.
He's Yoda.
This tall.
What if he's just like a really twisted Yoda? Like what if
I think
Yoda
he could
like
fit in my
felt
hand.
it.
I
Dark
thought
side.
maybe he was the same thing as Maz Kanata, but then I watched it again and I was like, nah, no, that's not the same thing.
not watching this. What's wrong?
I think he's just an angry house elf.
I did.
Angry house elf.
He's
a
what
dog.
happened to Creature. After Harry left, he was really pissed off and he turned dark side.
Ooh, there's people I don't know.
Hello.
Hey,
We have a
Jeremy.
troll.
Hello, internet strangers.
Are you guys going to talk to them? They're here for us.
This is like
I don't know what's happening.
we've got it. We've got it.
I'm just making sure.
Everybody's
sorry,
tired.
guys.
Don't worry, we're under
I'll
control.
say
Thank
hi.
you for
Don't-
having me on the show. I really like it.
You're welcome.
Really,
Thanks
really
for
looking forward to it.
I
She
will.
watched the Star Wars movie just to be on this show, and it almost killed her.
It was nice of you.
I'm sorry that
It
you
was
had to watch
so-
people be heroic and the Millennium Falcon zoom around.
The Millennium
And
Falcon
go-
was
If
cool.
you were here, I would kick you off the couch.
Sorry you had to stare at
Sorry you don't have
dreamy
any
eyes.
And,
Dreamy eyes.
So
my husband's disappointed in me. He's got
No,
the
no.
like.
No.
Hey,
No.
at least
I
you got
love
a
you.
crush out of it.
Why don't you kiss me?
Maybe kiss.
Nah.
Denied. See.
No.
Guys, you can't just make out.
So, like,
You know what? We can.
this
It's
is
American.
gonna be,
I
this
guess you can.
I
But
can, but this is gonna like just like kill this show.
Exactly.
It's like, and then at the end of the fourth show, Joe and Brenda just made out for a while. That was the last Drinkshares they did. So
I'm your wife. You should make out with me.
let's make out after the stream is over.
No. Do it now. I triple dog dare you. It'll
You
be
can
so
save that for the after party.
good right now.
there
Look
is
at
an
me.
after party.
I can
Yeah,
totally.
there's an
I
after
can
party
totally
after
kiss
this.
you,
Don't
but
spill
at
it.
least it's not on the public internet.
I don't want a recording forever of like eventually it's like somebody that's like gonna give me a job is gonna look at this and it's just gonna be like I'm drunk and then like you know.
I'm your bride.
It's true. I love you. So somebody in the chat was
Sarah's
talking
like,
about, so somebody in the chat was talking about the prequels and I had a kind of a revelation with the prequels because I watch them so much with Miro because Miro loves the prequels and watches them over and over and over again.
Oh, does he?
And because kids love clones so
They
much,
do.
Mhm.
so much.
And they love
Oh,
that.
he wants.
What's that guy's name?
Which one?
The 4 lightsabers, creepy
Oh,
robot.
General Grievous.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
like him.
So he loves all that stuff, and like, you know, being somebody that grew up with the original stuff, it was kind of, you know, it's like, oh boy, the prequels, you know. But when I came to a revelation after watching it for like the 50th time, the prequels are great if you were ever into like the classic LucasArts video games of like, they used to have these old Star Wars video games where it was like a video game and then they'd have cutscenes with like really like piss poor acting and like Star Wars and like cheesy shit, and it's just like the prequels are just like a really good version of that, where it's just like if you can detach it from the original trilogy and you just watch it for what it is, and like I'm not saying the acting is great or the dialogue is great or like they were given much to work with, but it's still it's not a unwatchable film, you know. They're just there are truly films that were, I think George Lucas succeeded. I mean, he wanted to make films for kids, right? He said, you know, I want these to be films that kids will enjoy, and Miro, who is 5, totally loves them. Like, I feel like he succeeded at that point. He just didn't succeed at the level of what a older Star Wars fan would want. And that's kind of what The Force Awakens is doing, is saying, you know, who do we want our who do we want our target audience to be? Do we want to target at the kids that are buying the toys, or do we want to target at the adults that are buying the toys?
It's a
Why
fine
not
line.
both? Why not?
And then pick up the kids, you know. Tara's saying no.
I think they were
Sure.
trying to.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
They're just no. There's this series. I forget who does it. I'll have to look it up. But it's the YouTube videos where the guy goes through and is like, this is what would have made a really awesome prequel, and he does it for each of them. 1, 2, and 3, and those stories are so much better than what we were given. Just so much better that I just prefer to think of those as the actual prequels.
There's
Those little.
One of these days, I plan to do the machete order, where you watch them out of order, and then there's like one of the movies you cut completely. I think it's the first one.
the machete order is
I've never heard of
is
it.
4, 5, 2, 3, 6, because it's the complete arc where it goes. It's Luke, and then when Luke finds out that Darth Vader is his father,
it goes back to
shows how that happens, and
I'll
then
see that.
it ends with 6, which is the redemption. So it's like the full Darth Vader arc essentially.
I think I would like it better like that.
And it's I mean, it's pretty good, I think. But you know, as having a 5-year-old, that's not anything. I think having a 5-year-old, all we do is just watch like episode 2 over and over again.
Well, one of the things I did enjoy about the entire series is I do enjoy watching Anakin's decay into madness. I don't know why I find that compelling, but I do. I think it's interesting how they go back and explain how he became crazy.
I think it would have been interesting had they done a good job at it.
Yes, it would have been. You know, we got up some
Okay, baby, can you make it to the bed? I need help.
I've done this before.
Good night, Brenda.
I'm
You still look perfectly composed.
Oh, are you mocking me?
Not at all.
Because I love you.
No, I'm not mocking you at all.
Good. Cheers. Okay, I'm drunk. I need to go to bed.
Clink.
Joe's all
There.
freaking out because he got the drink by his computer.
This is a work computer.
Don't dump it over his.
I have to Drinkshares does not pay the bills right now. I cannot destroy my work computer.
I pay the
Oh my
bill.
gosh. I knocked that water glass from my computer a few weeks ago. That was bad times. I was very scared that I had lost my book forever. It was bad times.
I
Ooh,
like
okay.
audio.
So here's a question.
I gotta go to bed.
Right, good night.
Okay, good night.
Brenda.
Night, Brian.
Sleep tight.
Taking the beef sticks with
Yeah,
me.
take the beef sticks.
We
Take
have
the beef sticks to bed with you.
a chat question. What
Yes.
happened to Lando?
Lando's still around.
Yeah, I'm
better.
curious to
He's
see
gonna
if he
be in
shows up.
episode 8 or maybe 9. I
Yeah,
hope.
he'll be back. He'll be back. I think he signed. I think from a contractual standpoint, he signed in.
Oh,
And
is he?
yeah, I thought I read that. And
That's good news.
Lando is, well. I mean, if we're talking like the expanded universe stuff, in Heir to the Empire, Lando is like running scams, and he like factors into those books a lot. Not running scams. He's always running like an operation. He's always doing something to make some money on the side. And he's I bet he'd be back. And then one of the questions in the chat was, what if Lando has a kid that pops up in 8 or 9? And I think a Lando kid would be cool as hell because Lando is the coolest.
That would be cool.
I'm all about Lando. I think they like
I
more
want
Lando.
Lando back personally.
I would
And
like.
if he has a family, that's fine.
I would like Lando. I feel like there's like a future Lando, where like he settled down, but then he's still Lando. It's just like Han. Han couldn't settle down. Like he settled down, but then he couldn't, and then Kylo comes out because he's all messed up because Luke and Leia or Luke and Han are a hot mess, and Lando is like the same way. I see Lando like still running his like kind of side game, and he's like kind of like living in a home situation where like he doesn't have a great relationship with his wife, or maybe they're estranged. And he's just kind of like
What if his
older,
wife is just like him?
running scams?
Yeah.
Or running schemes. I guess they're not scams. They're like legitimate, semi-legitimate businesses.
Right. They can be partners.
That'd be great.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. You know, Lando showed up in Rebels. In an episode.
I didn't see that yet. We've got the episodes, but I haven't watched them all yet.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Lando's the best. He's so smooth. He's like Lando is like the original trilogy Poe, I think, because he's like smooth as fuck, and like he just wants to like be there and like do his thing.
So is he also going to betray Han? Is that what you're saying?
You never know. It depends on it depends on if they're going like New Hope, if like how much they want to like really use all the plot points.
Because see, I saw him as more of Han than Lando.
Poe?
They kind of they traded
a little bit of
characteristics and roles a little bit here and there. There wasn't just one standard like this character is the new Leia and that's it. This character is the new Han Solo and that's it. You know.
I feel like they're
mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's right.
They're probably gonna do less of the homage.
I think so too.
Everything as we go forward.
Yeah.
I think this one was kind of establishing to the old fans, like, look, we want to do this right. We respect the things that you fell in love with. And now that like people are on board, they can start introducing new things.
Yeah, I don't think that episode 8 is just going to be a retread of episode 5. I
don't think so. I think this first one was just them trying to like, get their bearing.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that though, because J.J. Abrams swore up and down that the second Star Trek movie was not going to be the second Star Trek movie of the original.
Yeah, but this isn't J.J. Abrams doing it.
Yeah, he's not doing this one.
This is Ryan Johnson.
He's
not associated with the next one?
Well, he's still like executive producer or something like that, I think, but he's not like the director anymore.
And he's not writing it.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson is amazing, and I love him. And I was so excited when I heard that he got to helm a Star Wars movie. So excited. He's great. He did this little indie film called Brick. That's this like high school noir set in this crummy California town, I guess, with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's a murder mystery. It's really good. And then Moon. No, that was Duncan Jones.
No, it's Duncan Jones.
Yeah, that was Duncan Jones. Looper.
Looper's great. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm. And he did Looper, which I also loved. Also with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Wonder if he's going to be in Star Wars.
Time is
That'd be cool.
running tight. So
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I love Ryan Johnson. Okay,
Um,
it's gonna be amazing. The movie's gonna be amazing.
There's something I want to talk. I want to talk about my favorite part of the movie because it's starting to get late. I thought the scene with Han, with the other like Kanji clan and all those like other like warlord groups or whatever they were, and the aliens and shit was like the coolest scene in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Aside from like Kylo and Rey fighting, because I didn't see that the first time I watched it because I had to pee. But like that whole segment where like the aliens are like running all over the place, messing up stuff, and like it was awesome. I thought it was real good.
I liked everything with Rey. The jacket exchange.
You keep that jacket, baby. Stay golden.
He goes, looks good on you.
Oh, and BB-8. BB-8 was awesome.
BB-8 was so cute.
I loved him.
So
I
cute.
think my favorite part of the movie was when he gave high five with his lighter. Or not high five, he gave thumbs up with his lighter.
So cute.
Yeah.
That part, and my other favorite part was when, at the very beginning, when they're dragging out Poe, and Kylo Ren's trying to talk to him. And the reason I kind of associated him with Han is that line he had with, I can't really hear you with all of the appendages, or whatever.
Yeah.
What did he call it? It wasn't appendages. It was like
Good little
Apparatus.
apparatus. That's what it was. I can't really hear you with all the
And who's
apparatus.
gonna go first? Or talk first?
So yeah,
You talk
who's
first.
talking here? You talking? I'm talking.
Yeah.
So
Go. See, talk about making you. I think he ad-libbed that too, which is like, ad-lib
And
as
that's
much
what the
as you can,
original
guys, 'cause the script
did.
sucks.
They
Han originally ad-libbed the I know line. He was not supposed to say that. That was
So-
not
A lot of
supposed
the
to
really
be.
good lines that we got out of these movies are ad-libs.
when
That's saying something.
They should do like a Star Wars that is mostly ad libbed, and I think it would be really good. Is BB-8's lighter a middle finger or a thumbs up?
It's a thumbs up. I mean,
think so?
I think it could go either way. Although
probably
BB-8 is definitely
if you wanted.
BB-8 is in contrast to R2-D2, who every time he beeps, I just hear curse words. Because like
That's because he has to hang out with
and
C-3PO.
C-3PO is like, don't talk to me that way.
Harry, if you had to hang out with C-3PO all day, would you not just curse incessantly too?
Oh my god.
I think Kara would just like mimic everything that he said.
Just behind
What's
him.
that? Yeah.
Like, oh.
C-3PO has the biggest stick up his ass. Like, it's like in every way. Like he walks like he does, he talks like he does, like because he's a protocol droid. So like he is like he can't like
Yeah.
he's like
And they have their
He's
own
meant
cute
to be.
little arc between C-3PO and R2-D2 at the beginning when he's like, I'm not following you, and he goes off in a different direction, and then at the end he's so worried about R2-D2.
have you guys ever
They have their
seen
own cute little arc.
have you guys ever seen the there's a parody with Simon Pegg where he does like him and his other friend are I forgot his name are dressed up like dressed up like R2-D2 and C-3PO and they're enacting the scene.
Oh no.
They get in like an argument at the end and like
You're gonna have to link that.
I'm gonna link it
Yeah.
because it's real good.
We gotta look that up.
Oh yeah.
That sounds good. Oh, wait,
Is
are
it-
we naming
is
our
it-
favorite scenes? Is that the last thing?
I was just throwing it out. We're just
Kinda
anything
doing
is possible. in
Because
this
everything
show.
is my favorite scene. The whole thing. Everything
like-
Rey ever
One
does.
second.
The part where it's like, that ship is garbage. And then it swoops over to show the Millennium Falcon. In the theater, I was like, I was so excited, and I almost yelled, but then I stopped myself. But I was still really excited.
I liked the beginning music, and then when they had like the staccato trumpets immediately after it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like
That music is good.
that opening crawl and the music is like just like tells it's like it's for people that like came up with it. It's just like, yo, this is Star Wars, you know? Like it's like in your face, like it's back, you know? I think a lot of the movie was designed to tell us that it's back, and like it was almost like a make good or a like, listen, we got this, like we can make good movies, and the rest of it is gonna be, you know, hopefully good from here.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah, like
So
it's
other
okay,
favorite
you can
scenes?
trust us.
Are
It's
when
cool.
they think all is lost,
and then the X-Wings are coming across the water, and it's like, yay, the cavalry's here. That was so great. I love that. I love that moment, too. Sorry, and then when Rey escapes, I'm almost done, but all by herself. Well, when she turns the tables on Kylo Ren, every time she does that, I love. And the lightsaber fight at the end is awesome. I just love this whole movie. I just love it.
Why do you think that she had, like, she comes into, like, the Force so quickly? Like, she doesn't really need that much training. She just kind of, like, it's just there, you know?
Plot device.
I don't know. I mean,
because we were kind of...
she's probably the child of somebody who's really strong in the Force.
Well, we were talking about this in Slack today,
let's take a vote. Who thinks... who is Rey the daughter of?
Who do we want her to be the daughter of?
Who do we think she's the daughter of? Well, I mean, like, you can both if you want. I would go with, I think I'm leaning on the Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah, I like
Obi-Wan's
that
granddaughter.
Yeah. Because, like, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, like, he looks like he could kick it. Like, he looks like he just got, like, some, like, business on the side.
Mm-hmm. And he was a hermit for a really long time, but before that, after the fall of the Jedi, who knows?
He probably spent some time, you know, lost a little faith in the Force, you know, getting around, hanging out at strange cantinas.
I just really, really want an answer to why her powers manifested and Leia's didn't at a young age.
Because of misogyny, that's why. Because girls aren't allowed to do anything back then. And now she's allowed
I don't know. I think Rey, the implication is that she is crazy strong in the Force.
That's what it would seem
I'm
like.
not sure to what level Leia is.
Well, you would think, like, the daughter of, like, Anakin Skywalker, who was supposed to be, like, the most powerful Force user. I don't know, possibly. Somebody else will correct me on that, but it was always, like, written out, like, oh, he's the guy. He's the guy with, like, all the power. And, like,
except they didn't want to train him because he would go dark side, and Yoda knew that.
And then he has 2 kids, and, like, Luke is, like, kind of a whiny bitch, and, like, is never there when you need him. And then, like, Leia is, like, somewhat Force using, and then Rey is, like, fucking Force persuasion, Force pull. I've got it all right now. It's just like, it's here. I've got it. Like, she just, like, looks at the guy and she's like, you're gonna do this thing, and he's like, got it. You know, it's like an instant, like,
She
pickup on
used
that.
the rule of 3. First 2 attempts didn't work.
It's just
Maybe,
like, you know,
maybe Rey was created when Leia kissed her brother, and they had to hide her away on that planet because they were ashamed.
It was like an immaculate conception.
She was just, because everything, as Christine said, is magic, so she just, like, appeared, and that's why she's so sensitive.
Well,
The Jedi kiss.
Anakin was a virgin birth.
Yeah, and Anakin was an immaculate
He has
conception
no father.
too.
So maybe Rey manifested out of nothing.
There is precedent for it.
Why not? I don't know. I mean, I bet you could explain, if you wanted to explain away the misogyny of the 70s. You could say that they're not identical twins, and Leia takes more after Padme, who doesn't have the Force at all.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But it's still crap, because she should have gotten to do more stuff.
Well, she knows. I mean,
Yeah.
she can sense. She's got, like, yeah, she's got, like, the link. She's got, like, the body or the soul link or whatever, or the Force link, where, like, she knows immediately when Han is dead.
Well, and she knew when something happened to Luke in the second. Which movie was that?
And in the I mean at the end of Empire.
Yeah. Is it the end of Empire?
She knows where to, like, rescue him from the Weathermain. And then if you want to go into the EU stuff, when they end up at one point in the Thrawn trilogy, they end up traveling through the space where I think the second Death Star exploded, and, like, she almost like the loss of life is, like, so overwhelming to her that it's like, you know, she, like, kind of almost collapses. So she's I think very sensitive to, like, kind of life force, even if she doesn't have, like, the, like, force pull type stuff. Which, by the way, if I had force powers, I mean, like, I'm gonna go back to this. I said this already, but like, if I had the ability to sense things with the force, you better believe I'd be sitting in my force apartment or whatever, my Star Wars apartment, and like trying to pull things to me. I mean, if Ray can pick it up on like the third try, like, you better believe I can get like that beer bottle or like that, like, you know, this cup or whatever. Like, I would practice on my own. That's what I'm saying. It's like I would try to get it, like. Sometimes it sucks to get up, you know, when you're tired, or like if you're laying on the couch, you're really tired, and the blanket's over there or the lights are on. Wouldn't it be great to like force turn off the lights?
Clap, clap.
There is technology that can do this.
Force clapper. That's what I just want. I just want, like, I don't want to wire anything though. I just want it to be like, you know, maybe that's something I should do. I should like program my house to, like, if I do, like, you know, force gestures, that it like turns off lights, because you can get those things that you put around your wrist that they kind of track your muscles, and then they allow you to like control things with your hand. So maybe I'll wear those, and then I'll just like force control lights when I'm tired. I'll pretend I have magic powers.
You could just go to stores and pretend that the automatic doors make you a Jedi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anything is possible.
I think everybody does that, right?
At least once.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. I think it's easier when you're a kid. I think when you're a kid, you have more like suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
It's easier to like pretend you're magical.
Well,
I
yeah,
still do it.
judge the kid.
Yeah, I think like paying bills and like having to be a dad every day is like killed some of my wonderment.
Aw.
On
You
that
never
side
have to
note,
let it die inside of you. You're writing a book.
Yeah, but see, like
Creating
now I'm writing a
papers
book. Now I'm
with your
writing a
mind.
book. I'm writing a book. I'm getting back into it. I've spent many years as being a programmer, so
You're shaving your face.
I shaved my beard and I put it on Instagram
add
so like
scissors?
as like hype for this. I think that maybe scared some viewers away.
The lack of beard.
my
Video.
me shaving, yeah, the video of me shaving. I was like, is this going to be received well, or is this like going to like terrify people? But you know, being out on here on social stuff is all about taking risks.
You're gonna get some weirdo followers.
You know what? As long as they pre-order my book, I don't really care how weird they are. I'll take fans of all shapes and sizes. And
Should we wrap up because it's 10?
Yeah, it is. It is time.
It's 11.
We're past 10. Well, yeah, it's
Or 11,
11
depending on where you are.
It is. Yeah, we should wrap up. For those of you that are still watching, the 3 viewers, this has been the Force Awakens Spoilercast. Thanks for spending time with us. We really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. You can catch any of our books on Inkshares, inkshares.com, which is a crowdfunded book publisher. Look up our names, and if you come back, probably tomorrow, I'll put the links to all of our books in the show notes. We've all got things that you should check out that we've written that you might enjoy. You can catch me on Twitter at Joe Treziva. You can catch us on Facebook at Drinkshares Last Call. You can catch us on Twitter at Drinkshares LC, and I'll hand it over to you guys to drop your stuff. We'll start with Becky.
I am the author of Proxy, which is currently a draft on Inkshares, and hopefully this summer might be coming. Will hopefully be a pre-order. Couldn't get that out. So hopefully look for that this summer. You can find me on Twitter at Rebecca Lever. I would have one of those little fancy lower thirds if Google and/or Hangouts wasn't a jerk. So you can find me there, or you can contact me through Drinkshares.
Hey, Christine, lay down on us.
I am C. Brennicky. You can find me on Twitter at BoneTweets. And on Inkshares, I'm the author of 7 Shards, The Colors of Wine, which you can just like Google 7 Shards and it should pop up.
Kara.
Hi. I'm
Hey.
Kara. AC Weston. My book is She Is the End. It's on Inkshares right now. It is in production, so it's working on getting into your hands, but you can still pre-order it. And you can find me on Twitter at AC Weston Writes. And on Facebook, there's an AC Weston page, too.
So come check us out. I hope you enjoyed our
Check
show.
it out.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Anything I'm missing?
Our final goodbye.
Yeah, we do this show every other week. Soon you'll be able to catch it in podcast form, as I've got some time freeing up now, and I'm going to start cutting those and getting those into that format so you can enjoy them on the commute. And if you like what we do, comment, subscribe, come visit in 2 weeks for our next episode, which I think
May 9th.
Is it? Are we going to do world building still?
That's up in the air.
Yeah,
So
I think it's to be determined.
To be determined what our next episode is going to be, but we've always got something.
It is definitely May 9th because I'm looking at the calendar right now. So
Yeah.
even if we don't know what our actual theme is going to be, we do know that it is going to be 2 weeks from today, May 9th.
Mm-hmm. We are quite regular with our shows. So we're going to battle out of here, and we hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked all of our off-the-rails adventures.
And may all your drinks be
Drinks
shared.
be shared.
Wait. Before we go, I've got one more thing.
Every damn time we let him talk.
It kills you guys. Listen. So I've got a thing. I was raised Catholic, and every single time.
This is not the conversation you started. We're trying to wrap up.
No. It's short. I was raised Catholic, and every single time somebody says, "May the Force be with you," I always think, "and also with you."
I said that.
I know, and it's totally right.
Okay.
And it's like it got in my head, and I was like, "This is totally
And
right."
also
And I
with you.
can't unlearn it. And because when you're Catholic, they have this whole thing where you're I don't know if it's the same for all churches. The church I went to, you go and you'd like shake everybody's hand, and it's like peace be with you, and also with you, and also with you, and also with you, and you'd shake all these people's hand, and you get the cold. And now like may the force be with you, and it's like in my brain
Not
it's
the
always
cool,
like
it's the Holy Ghost.
yeah, and it's like and also with you.
Catch the Holy Ghost.
So that was my one aside. I didn't want to miss that out because I put a side note to mention that. But that's all I've got. So thanks for spending time with us. We're gonna bail out of here. And
Can we say our thing?
Say
What-
the thing.
what was the thing?
The thing!
Hey,
What thing?
raise your cups. May your drinks be... Come on, everyone. This is sad.
May all
Your drinks be shared.
And also with you.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.